Oh, yeah, now we're going to be live very soon.
Can we get Twitch chat open in some sense?
Yes, I wanted Twitch chat open for this.
Okay.
Specifically.
Hello.
What's up? Look who made it.
Gulu is alive.
Who made it?
Amazing.
Did Eltro? Did he arrive? Did he make it here?
Are you the
I saw him walking by himself.
Caleb, come on, this is...
He went home?
I think I'm just opening the
Oh,
garage.
Oh, okay. I thought you were leaving. I got real sad. I want to see Yoshi.
I want to see Yoshi.
Yeah, so...
Wait, what?
Can I tell the story about Yoshi?
It's too soon.
No one deserves
Like,
it.
is he gonna get into like legal problems if we tell the story?
No.
I'm a little worried. Like
Yeah.
his bail's $10,000.
I don't
Okay.
think his lawyer wants us just
but like,
spilling details just
alright,
yet.
look, if the stream keeps it a secret, I'll tell it in 5 minutes.
Oh, dude.
But I gotta tell you, no snitching.
Oh,
If I hear any snitching, it's
Yoshi's
over.
going to jail, dude.
Hey
Snitches
guys,
get stitch faces.
press 1 if you want to hear the Yoshi story.
Press 1 if you want to hear that Yoshi story.
No, press 2 if you want to hear the Yoshi.
Yeah, you gotta press
story.
2,
I'm
2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
Alright, we're gonna go live.
We're gonna go live?
Shit.
Wait, I thought we were live.
Dude,
I
Yoshi's
wanna
about to
post
get
it.
shield poked in jail,
Swear to
man.
God, Trike.
Oh my god.
Like what, Jared Fogle or something?
Fuck.
Like, holy crap.
Fuck.
Like, we got a lot of Tuska Saka as a mod.
Oh,
Amazing. Oh my god. We are gonna go live with the first Chrommentary Workshop. Depending on how terribly I do here today, we might do this more often. We might not. It'd be fun if we had like some special guests on this eventually, that kind of thing. Could have people Skype in. Got a lot of fun things today. I typed a lot of positive seminars that we're gonna have.
I got it. So apparently, Rocky Teeth.
All right, that's nice, Caleb. We're joining you from the
Is that
GLG house here.
What's his tag?
Black
I can
Power
never
Ranger.
remember.
The blackest of Power Rangers.
Oh.
So we had a little bit of an intro here earlier tonight. Then we went to Wings, which took a while. We got pretty drunk, pretty belligerent, and we got a story to tell for Yoshi.
No story.
Yeah, we might not tell it. It's
Rest in power, dude.
rest in some bad stuff right now. Trike just typing, some stuff. We're gonna open up with an example of some of my favorite commentary and just some things that I liked about it. As far as like for the technical aspect, I'm not sure if it's like my favorite. Like I think this was the best commentary in the world. I think it served a really important purpose, and it's something that we forget a lot when we think about appropriate commentary for audiences.
You get a glass.
And so for that, I really like it. It doesn't have to be this giant because I'm gonna close and open it every so often, like for other matches and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, like,
Joining us today, we have several San Diego's rising commentators, a bunch of people. Now, DJ Drift King is in here. Tino, you cannot be a mod.
yeah, let's not talk about that.
All right, Tino, that's literally, you have no questions for the rest of today. It is over for you. So we're waiting for people to get back from Wings.
all of SDMTV, and he's still not going to be a mod.
No, he should never ever do that.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, should we get started?
That's
All right, ready?
What's going on, guys? Where is everybody?
Hi, I'm Black. That's my name.
Hey, I'm not ready for a start. Okay, so just some perspective on the match here. Where the SDSU people?
What's up?
Ryan's in the bathroom.
Where's the
No,
bathroom?
Ryan's playing friendly.
Alright, we got Lloyd here. We got a couple.
It's just mainly Lloyd and then Ian.
Oh,
Like,
that's-
but
I
other
have no
people
idea
just
what
want friendly.
Where's Gulu?
I'm here.
Okay, Gulu's here. All right.
Are you kidding?
Let's start out with a discussion of what we think is good commentary. Like, what do you like to watch? What is good? What is bad? Let's start with Black Power
That's a
Ranger.
good question. Brandon and Phil are my favorite.
You love Brandon Phil. Why do you love Brandon Phil?
Because, they're obviously good players. They're smart, technical. They're not technical in relative terms, I guess.
So, by the way, your cam is
I'm
right there. If you wanted to join us with Black Power Ranger.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, because that's supernatural. Me looking.
Yeah, you're looking all the way up there. Yeah, you can get a seat over here if you want.
Right? Yeah, no, I should actually talk over there to Surge or Leo. What was your tag?
Leo.
I
L3.
remember.
L3.
Out there. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I did for once. But anyway, Brandon and Phil, because they're obviously not the most technical commentators, but they're just so hype. I mean, Wombo combo aside, they're literally part of esports history.
Esports history, though.
I mean, well, in the sense that MLG uses that clip, and literally, the terminology of Wombo combo is literally adopted in MOBAs and other video games. That's not a thing for Melee anymore. I mean, Melee started it, I guess. So anyway, I digress. But Brandon and Phil are so hype, so them for sure.
They're hype. You like them. Like as a Smasher, it feels very it's very organic, right?
Yeah, they make you feel like you're a part of the group because it's two guys hanging out, chilling, talking.
I want to talk about that a little bit. Yeah, that's a really good point. Brandon and Phil, the thing that I love about Brandon and Homemade Waffles and Phil's commentary is that watching these videos, these YouTube videos, you felt like you were there. You felt like you were part of a very hyped community. They played great, really exciting matches. I mean, so in San Diego, we love hyping up Jeff, right?
Yeah, Jeff Holt.
Yeah, this is where I got the Jeff chant. Sound Inspector, yeah.
Don't go down there.
Mm-hmm. So this is going to be a lot different than, high stakes usual commentary you see at majors today. But I wanted to point it out because it makes me happy inside, and that's what I like to see. But Ian, what are your thoughts on good or bad commentary?
Definitely similar. Anything that like includes or like makes you feel like you're there or makes you feel like you're a part of it is really important. I think Scar's really like one of the best in terms of like, I don't know, just like appealing to a lot of people at the same time and sort of just like being an enjoyable person that people like latch onto,
Giant personality,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, and he's the person we like to watch Melee with. He makes us feel like we're included in it. It's the best game in the world. It's how you should feel about anything you're casting, I think.
Yeah, and just like how he talks, like his
Yeah.
cadence, it like
Yeah.
is, what's the word like? It like spreads, like you like start
Infectious,
talking. Yes,
yeah.
it's infectious. Like people fucking like talk like him all the
Yo!
time.
Yeah.
Like
The reads!
just
That,
for, like
which
everything.
is like, I mean,
just for like everything.
The integrity!
like it would almost be racist if he didn't talk about it a lot himself. Like his dad is like the biggest Italian in the world, like mafia, and like, yeah.
Oh, I remember this match.
There's a bunch
This
of
match
people.
is amazing.
Let's take some. Yeah, right. Yeah, Pat, why do you like this match?
It's homemade waffles commentary, right?
Yeah. You're watch out, Pat. You're in the way of the camera right there.
That's fine,
Come
that's
sit
fine.
down if you want. Like you can chill. Yeah, I mean, it just made you want to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
It's-
homemade waffles is so like inviting and like welcoming.
Yeah.
It's like you feel like you're there with the crowd and with the hype.
And I just
The homies.
want to talk about like it depends. Commentary depends on your audience. How you commentate
Yes.
the top 8 of a super national is different than how you commentate your locals. And I think all locals commentary in some sense could be like this, or maybe a more chill version of this, which is a pretty important match.
Yeah. Which we saw a juxtaposition of that, I think, at Genesis 3. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was like, it was a realization of WeSo Esports when we switched out, like, the esports commentators to go back to
Brandon and Phil.
for top 8.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's kind of...
And I think Brendan and Phil kind
Yeah,
of,
on the
as far as the energy goes, it looks a little bit different lately. But if you put these guys with a good match,
Oh,
you really see some
well, they're
great
not
stuff.
youngins anymore.
Yeah.
They're adults. They're not
Yeah.
old men, but they're
They
adults.
What tournament was
So
this? Is this Don't Go Down There?
This was not don't go down there. This was like way early. This is like a West Coast circuit, like or like an SFSU. So we're gonna start the match, and we're just gonna talk about the things that we, a lot of this is gonna be mechanical stuff, more modern things. I just want to show you why I think a lot of us commentate today.
Ready?
I mean, why we play Melee today.
Don't do it! This is it! This is for all the marbles! Light up, baby! 2-2! 2-2, where you at? Jeff, there it is! Isaiah's watching! Isaiah, you watching?
So I'd like to be able to pause this. Okay, so it's when you watch historical stuff, it's a little bit different than usual, right? Because it's like watching Seinfeld, right?
Yeah.
People say
It's
Seinfeld's
deep,
not
yeah.
funny.
Fuck those guys.
Seinfeld's funny.
Because it's
Seinfeld's
the
funny.
OG.
Yeah, let's make this clear.
Yeah.
Seinfeld's funny.
But no, as someone who didn't watch Seinfeld when it was around, no, I don't get a lot of
This
it.
is in SoCal.
I totally
Yeah.
get that analogy.
SoCal Melee?
Yeah, but it's like so you heard Isaiah, are you watching? But that was a reference to a combo video that Tapion made. It was it was a reference to Sound Spectre being from NorCal, and it was a lot more the scene was smaller. People weren't saying stuff like GR Smash, are you watching all the time? This is kind of where it came from as far as that goes.
Also, these were the guys keeping it alive at the time.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like
Yeah, these
I
were
mean-
the big uploaders. They this was a big part of Melee's resurgence. Matches like this.
yeah.
All right, let's get it back on. So a lot of this is just them being immersed in what was going on in the match, what was going on in the venue, just pure emotion, really. Not a lot of gameplay analysis. The people there were all top players. They didn't need it. So you're gonna hear silence for this whole part because they're just honestly watching the Mango combo and hoping it stops because they're rooting for NorCal.
Well, they're also like, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's
You know,
alright,
like, That's
that's
pretty
alright.
good. Yeah, I like it.
The modern role of bias is really interesting in terms of what it used to be, where you
Yeah.
never really would have seen a lot of these people play each other as often. When someone, when NorCal and SoCal played, it was a big deal.
Got it. Thanks, man.
Holy crap, Mike, that was a
Most violent
hard
shoe
Yeah.
removal.
shoe
Like
removal
shoes,
popping
man.
off of
Like,
it.
I
Our sticker.
That's the secret to good, man.
Yeah, and so I think bias was a lot more forgivable and a lot more reliable, you know, a lot more natural back in the day.
Yeah.
Because when people like, for example, Kells, we talked about earlier, came to SoCal, you know, it wasn't common. And people definitely had favorites, and they were expected to have favorites, and there wasn't, you know, a stream audience really. There were just the videos.
Yeah.
And as people, you know, develop more, I think bias is still okay as long as you're not denigrating the other player, or really just painting a wrong depiction of what's going on in the match.
Yeah.
And again, it depends on, you know, what type of event you're going at. So Corneria, of course, not legal now. See,
Unlike what David would say.
so I want you to focus on them just saying absolutely nothing the whole
The
time
whole
through
time.
the mango combo.
Yeah.
And
And soon.
Thank you, Boxer. But basically, you know, they're really honestly just hoping for this combo to stop, which is what the entire NorCal venue was hoping for too. So these days, I mean, you can't really. There would be a lot more conversation during that part, but watch as soon as this kill happens.
Jeff does something.
He's in
Immediate
one
crowd.
Amazing.
Yeah. He's the best player.
So this is Game 5 Winners Finals, and Mango was, you know, a god back then. So it was a big deal whenever anyone beat him. They're freaking out because it just seemed like the plane itself just wanted you to win. And they didn't explain why it was awesome. You just knew why. You guys shot by the plane and they just got beat. It's self-explanatory. They let the match talk for themselves. Oh my god. Oh, we got shot against. That's two.
Yeah.
So back then, the audios were a lot, you know, you're just streaming off a, you know, a mic off a computer, so you could hear the crowd a lot more.
This is not the jump play. Ooh, beautiful tech.
That's pretty cool.
Where you at?
Daphne is not cool.
Where you at?
It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
It's like
You know, we heard a nice blank and not much explanation, but that's not what they were doing back then. It wasn't like they were trying to commentate the match. They're just streaming it and they happen to be
Yeah,
there.
they sound
yeah.
like it's supernatural.
Just hanging out watching.
Yeah,
They do it with the mic on and off.
Yeah. And it made you feel like you were there.
Oh, that DI, Jesus.
Yeah, you just went straight off the stage, my friend.
Oh my god.
You could just hear like Germ in the back, other people in the back.
AC Music King couldn't do it. I think Jeff's about to. I'm about to show him what's up.
It's infectious. It's infectious and people, you know, it's the energy.
Oh my god.
How does that work? How does that work?
So really, you know, in some modern sense, there's really almost no commentary going on at all. But we love it, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about
supernatural.
Yeah, it's natural. You know, in some ways, it violates a lot of rules of commentary.
Yeah.
Like they just said,
It really
nice
does.
blank. They don't talk about a lot. It's biased. But we all clearly love it, so I wanted to talk about that after the match. It's over. So in the background, you just hear Mango get that hand ready. You're about to shake that motherfucker. Which tells a narrative. I mean, it's, you know, he shake his hand, Mango, tell him you love him. He's about to lose this game. You know, Sound Inspector the hero. About to take this
Trying to
home.
help out with that.
Mango with that spot, with that crouch cancel shine.
Any word on that key?
Sound Inspector's starting to choke a little bit. Trying to swing heavy, miss these tech chases. And every time I watch this, I hope it turns out different. But so you know, this is real. This is like our equivalent of like Zach beating Mewtwo King or something. You know, Game 5, and they,
Did you come for the other bit?
and then
You just come by for that.
you get shot.
Oh, okay.
And this is some great.
That was good.
Just listen. You hear Mike Hayes in the back.
Oh, I remember this all too well, dude.
They just leave, right?
Yeah.
And NorCal.
They leave the venue.
Were they actually commentating? Like,
Not really.
Were they assigned as commentators?
No, they were streaming. This was old school. They were just talking about the match.
So they just streamed and there's just like open laptop and then.
Yeah, this was just straight hype. So
wow.
this
So
violated.
it's basically just a mic in the crowd.
There's just a mic in a crowd, and that's what you gotta understand about the old school. A lot of these
That's
people,
crazy.
they weren't asked to commentate. They didn't try and commentate. They were there. They were the people that did it.
Like they just went up to the mic and just talked about the match.
And respecting, exactly.
Super natural to them too.
Yeah. One thing that Brandon and Phil do, and we're gonna watch a slightly different match from them. Something with a little bit more commentary, I would say, just to give you a better idea. Let's see here. Which one are we gonna watch? Winter Game Fest was a good one, but that wasn't them.
Hey.
So I wanted to show off a little bit more of their, straight commentary a little bit more. So I'm gonna pull up a Genesis match. Sue versus M2K. Let's say 3. So this was a bigger tournament. This was Genesis. This was losers quarter. Zoo versus M2K. This was a big. Yeah, this was a big upset at the time. They were more like sitting there with the expectation that they were going to commentate these matches. They were going to see them. Zoo had won game 1. It was close. Big crowd. A lot of stuff going on. Game 2, M2K kind of bodied him. Game 3 goes to Battlefield. It's Falco Chic. And that's what we see. So we like that match because it was hype. I just want to show that Brandon and Phil also were commentators,
Right.
in really the true sense. Yeah, let's go into it.
In
Can I
this
pause?
setting, were they
Yeah.
like assigned as commentators, or were they like they just step up?
Still not really, but it was clear that they had specific people on the mic through this whole day. If you watch the whole day.
Well, if you want
Yeah.
to read chat.
Destiny fan says, "Yo, I don't know if you guys all follow the fighting game scenes, but for Marvel, there's a commentator named Yipes. Who
Oh
does a
yeah,
great job.
dude! I was about to bring him up. If
Yeah.
you were,
He has so
in the
much
top
energy that he
front,
brings
yeah.
to the game, makes the matches more hype. So I want to point out that, like
different games
Yeah.
have commentators too.
for sure.
Well, and Korean shoutcasting is
Oh, yeah.
notorious.
But
I mean,
Yipes is a top player, right? Though, but he knows, this
Yeah,
game.
He played
Brand-
Marvel, right?
just to
Which,
talk,
that's the dream, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing that we've always been hoping for with Melee, and I think why people love the if you get Mango analysis videos, because you get a god commentating these things, and it's crazy.
Just to talk Phil and Brandon really quick. They were both rising players at the time, very smart. Brandon, as soon as he started uploading videos, honestly just rocketed. Eventually getting up to like number 3 in the NorCal PR in a strong region. So
Which is
definitely
really impressive.
Yeah, definitely very sharp players. So in the background here, you hear a fan, and that's just a background fan.
Yeah.
Genesis one. It's just it's old school. That's how it went.
Yeah, just one game.
So Phil gave a little bit of an insight into the mentality of Zoo, and it's really hard as a commentator because if you say too much, you could just be totally wrong and overreaching, and they watch the match against the players and they're like, "This is just ridiculous." They did not feel this at all. Have you ever had to take a guess at a player's mentality, and how'd you feel about it?
No, definitely. And I think a lot of commentators love to say that. Like, oh, he was definitely trying to do blank thing blank. Like, what's his name? Swiftbass?
Swift base.
Swiftface? Yeah, like, I think he's the epitome of that. I don't see his commentary often.
I don't see Swift
But-
commentate ever.
No, but he commentates like one Hacks video. Like, one of the last Hacks Falcon videos.
Oh,
This is
so
the
you're
reason
watching
I
that a lot
yeah.
as Falcon, man.
And anyway, he's the most like, oh, well, he definitely meant to do this, but instead this happened, and so blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, yeah, probably. But, like, when you say it so assuredly, like, if, like you say, the top player ends up watching it, and is like, no, that was not it at all, you're an idiot, that's like, that doesn't reflect well on you as a commentator. Whereas if you say something small, like an insight like this, even if it's wrong from a top player, or if it's you, I feel like the reaction is more like, oh, no, that's not what I was doing, but I can see why you think that, man, or something. So I think it's like, well, you say less, but you almost say more in this case a little bit.
Okay. So I want to clarify a little bit. The reason we like this commentary, what makes it good commentary, is it puts us in their position. We understand what's going on with the players, right? If it's right. If it's wrong, they just kind of said wrong stuff. And Wobbles warns us about saying things that are incorrect and overreaching in matchups that we don't know, and not being willing to admit that we just don't know what's happening. And that's okay. You have to be honest with what you see on the mic. And I think that's important. In this case,
Because nothing loses you credibility faster, right? Than
Right.
saying something like,
Yeah.
oh, this is definitely that, and then someone with more frame knowledge than you is like, or
Yeah.
all of chat is like, that's
No, that's-
definitely not the case, blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. Like Crimson Blur, I think, is notorious.
We'll
with
talk
things like
Crimson later. Yeah, I've got an
Okay.
appreciation.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, for sure. But what I wanted to point out is that Phil and Zoo know each other. They played together a lot. They played sets together. He's watched Zoo play for the better part of 2 years or something like that, and he really did have a good read on what was going on here in that case. And he called it totally right. Zoo totally switches the flow.
Every time he's playing music, he was to the back, so you gotta get
I got fucked up.
Talking about some old history, And I want to focus on this little exchange that's about to happen when they talk about how Zoo did before.
Every time he's playing music, he was to the back, so you gotta get
I got fucked up.
well, at Rob.
So, they had a little bit of a quick back and forth about how he does, and they said, Zoo always takes a match, and then, he's like, nah, I kind of got fucked up, But what they did there is they flew off each other. They have great rhythm. That's something that Phil and Homie Waffles do. They have great rhythm. They have great ability to talk about the match fluidly while it's happening. And for people I've talked to who know them, they do this during friendlies. They're totally able to flow like this all the time, and it's an incredible ability that they have for sure. They work around each other well. So they disagreed, but they disagreed quickly.
They didn't stick on it.
They didn't stick on it. It was amicable, and they both backed off, and they had a good, quick conversation about it. Thank you, Trey. So that's important. When you're, good commentary has commentators that have synergy and flow with each other. They know what they're good at talking about with respect to each other. They have kind of roles picked out, what they like to do. Phil and Homie Waffles were always a little bit more up in the air. Phil was more the color commentator guy, where he went a little bit more deep into how the game went, how players went. Phil, Brandon was a little bit more hype. Typically, but they interchanged. They had a good notion of when they talked around each other as commentators. They never went too quick on anything, and if you watch them now, they haven't lost a beat as far as that goes. A lot of people can get stuck in some really long stretches together, and we're going to talk about that and ways to limit that later. But let's keep it going. So there, Zoo had a combo. Right there, Zoo kind of misgauged what was going on in the situation, and defensively, Mutagen got a grab. While Phil and Brandon don't say something specifically about this, what they do is they point out kind of the emotions of a player watching it. He's very loose, right?
Yeah, fuck. Dude, when that happens, when you get grabbed by Sheik, and then you get down thrown, and then, you're just like, fuck.
Everyone knows what that feels like.
Everyone's been there.
Destiny, how many people have seen this set before? Zoo versus MTK? Just to set some historical, context, MTK was way up here and no one was taking sets. Shiz would look close, Mango would beat him up. Mango was number one. But no one was taking sets. And MTK lost to Armada in a big shake-up in winter semis, so...
Do you think at, a larger event, I don't know, not... Genesis 3, they would have described, the whiffed up tilt into, the punished grab?
Yeah.
Or, a local or something less. But this is Genesis, though, right?
Yeah.
Just because it's, early on.
Modern needs to see a lot more elucidation of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Quick movement. And they would say it quick. That up tilt's not, up tilt got grabbed, MTK's waiting,
Yeah, right.
Because MTK makes, he makes his bread and butter off defensive over, people overreaching into him, and then he defensively just smacks him down. And so, and they've adapted. They've gotten a lot, more modern with it for sure. So in the background, actually, for this whole set, Lovage is heckling M2K every single time MTK misses something. It's a fun part of the set where you hear Lovage saying, "Haha, you suck, Mewtwo King," and then Mango in the background's like, "Good shit, Lovage." Which...
Are you going to do a Lovage video?
Oh.
Because that would be really funny.
I love watching Lovage. Actually, we should watch him commentate.
No, I mean his commentary.
Yeah. And I like that. They caught the pace, and then one of the great moments is coming up.
His name and the gates are happy.
And and then Phil and Brandon would throw off that kind of thing, and it would feel organic. And
right.
They weren't forcing with a meme or something like that. They
just good humor.
Good humor, a lot of rap, a lot of battle rap references. That kind of thing.
Right. They use that kind of humor in actual sports too. They have that colorful language and jokes. Yeah, they've gotten an amazing grasp on when that's appropriate and not just I like how it works. They're just funny, The timing was spot on too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa. And that's all you gotta
really
say.
Good for the time. Yeah, that's amazing.
Saying wow like that.
And that's all you gotta say. You gotta say wow. These days maybe we'd say hold the shield pressure, and maybe someone would talk about the timing mix-ups, but wow is just...
Well, but these days that's a normal Falco combo. It's
true.
I don't know. Zoo, you can't smoke on Zoo. Yeah, this is the first time first time for a lot of them.
Yeah, Zoo is so good.
First time for a lot of them. Time sync. It's correct. What's up, Bang Drew? So let's talk about Yoshi after this match. So let's
Hey!
So right now, MTK getting shut out. Oh, he hit him with the time sync.
Oh!
The forward B.
That's the Tino actually. So I really like, as a player learning, I would have liked a little bit more elucidation as to like the MTK shit. Like they're saying,
Right,
Zoo's
right.
not falling for it, right?
But
I
what
need
is
that.
M2K shit?
Not falling for any of these.
Hype stuff.
Yeah. Well, Zoo in particular was like super not dash dancing in like a certain
You're looking
sense.
for the YouTube.
Yeah, I'm looking for YouTube. So going back here, so I'd like to, like these days I feel like we got a lot more spoon fed with like what they mean. So he jumped around the dash attack, and the dash attack came at this moment. Let me pause it right before. So laser, nair. The laser right here.
That
So
was
soon-
gorgeous.
So as soon as he sees the backdrop, Zoo just jumps over the dash attack. They talk about the significance, but and you can hear just the crowd go crazy about this, which tells you a lot. Zoo hit him with that in the first game. This is just an incredible string by Zoo. Just so many good decisions, all at once, just keeping MTK out every sort of defensive option. SFAT was bad back then, which makes it funny now. This is great. It's kind of lagging on our end. Flutter Hush was it they popularized for sure. Watch this.
Oh, that's so good. That's just
Hidalgo.
that was good.
So in the background, Phil actually explained what that was, the name, and then what he did, but you can't hear it because of the mic. He said that's the Hidalgo. You drop back off, shine turn around. You use the shine to turn around fast, fall off the ledge so you don't grab ledge, and then double jump bear covers that sick angle.
Which is apparently part of, like, Zoo was known for that, right? Like, Zoo loved that shit, I guess.
Yeah, Zoo was a big tech monster, he just kept chunking away thing after thing. And right now they're almost nervous to watch the match. So what they're talking about there is Illusion to Shiz versus MTK. That was like the big big crazy sets. And they're saying, all right, Zoo versus MTK. And they said it very cleanly, and these days you can't get away with that little bit of a explanation, but the concept is sharp. Scene's different now, a lot less insider. It was a crazy crowd. So far away. Love's laughing at me kicking him. There you go, egging him on. See, he's actually just stuffing every single M2K thing. He's just outplaying him very, very hard.
Wow.
Really, all anyone had to say was wow. That's amazing. So these days they would talk a lot more, about what's going on in the match, the pace of it. But these days, they didn't have, they didn't think about it as a live audience,
The game wasn't fully developed.
Yeah, they was just
It wasn't streamed.
spectating.
Well, yeah, what, like,
These
in
were
the sense
streamed.
that weren't, like, no one heard this until the videos got
The
uploaded.
videos, yeah.
Like,
So you have to-
weeks later, or however long.
So you always
The
have
only
to
people
put
that
this.
watched it were people who already knew what was going on.
Yeah, you have to put this in a context for sure.
So there really wasn't true commentary.
There weren't noobs
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah. Actually, I forget if there was a Genesis One stream. I don't think so. I think Pound 4 was streamed.
Oh, really?
I think that was like one of the first big ones.
That's super important.
So good watching it again.
Back there.
That fade back there on Shield.
Now that's actually like what Mango used to call the classic, the DC after a SoCal player. That
The
will
what?
that
Oh,
will
really?
fade back the DC. So let's see if we hear it. And a little bit of bias, which makes MTK sad, but I think fits what's going on. How does someone approach commentary for two players that suck, though? Says DJ Drift King. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Ooh.
So that was
The hard questions.
hard question. Koopa saying there's no Genesis
I
One
can try
stream.
and answer it.
Yeah, all right.
I'm not like a top
No,
like.
yeah,
It's just not very
player.
well politically correct. I mean, which
Oh
is,
yeah,
like,
definitely
which is
not.
funny.
Definitely not. I wouldn't put it that way.
So you
Just, like,
can
not
be the
top
guy.
player.
You can
Yeah.
treat it as like a a lot of people watch these to see what they did before. What they did
Yeah,
wrong. And
yeah, no, and that it makes sense. It's just like it's just I feel like it's hard to.
when
Well,
it's
here, you should
interviews.
say what you want to say, but I just feel like the reason it's funny is because it's inherently kind of hard to impart knowledge, and especially in a game like Melee, and not be condescending.
Yeah.
Like, it's very easy to just be like, well, why did you do that? And it's like, well, it seems obvious when you say it that way.
It's an important skill for commentary, actually. And it's hard because when you analyze a video for a friend or something like that, you tell them, or for yourself, you're very honest, right? You're very brutal about what you did right or wrong. I mean, at a local, if they ask you to do that is appropriate. But at anything bigger, especially if you don't know the players, I would not recommend that.
Yeah, you don't want to tear it to shreds.
Focus on what they're doing good. Try and give an idea of what's going on, maybe what other people might do in certain scenarios. Talk about the players if you know them a little bit.
Yeah, what it lights seem like he.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was just saying, I've commentated with Tim, and we're both not very high in skill cube or things like that. Okay. But it's
got that time sync W.
A Delta. I'm just kidding. Just
Delta.
But basically we're just trying to allude to different sports too, give comparisons, things like that. Even though we don't technically know what's mechanical going on.
No, the text.
We'll reference the momentum of the match or the players if we know them. What's the venues basically? Come out, advertise sponsors.
Yeah, be a little bit more loose with it,
Because usually we're speaking at locals, there's a set commentary list for Super Tri-Weekly, Tri-Weeklies, blah blah blah.
So for locals,
we'd be commentating maybe Last Stock, things or bi-weekly.
Wait,
real
quick with that question was could I hear it one more time? Was the emphasis on when you're commentating
Two bad players playing.
Oh,
I think
two bad players commentating. But that's different.
It's totally different.
Here's the thing about this.
Losers
really, honestly, and this is gonna sound really harsh. It is, I think, the responsibility of the TOs, the stream runners, and the stream coordinators to not have honestly two bad players playing.
To a degree.
It's not.
There should be either two pretty close players that are pretty good,
right,
or recognizable. So you'll see us at Last Talk San Diego will stream 16 versus 17 or 8 versus 9 at the first round.
The time Ken made me play on stream.
It was a lot easier because Tim is my buddy. But if it was me and
on stream
some random person also 70-80 in the skill keeper, then it would be super awkward, and I wouldn't appreciate. Even as commentators, we wouldn't enjoy that. Yeah. So why would the audience enjoy that?
So, they're definitely some moose wide. A lot of the commentary at the Arcadian was a good level of criticism. That's good. That's good. So let's finish off this match and let's go to something else.
Oh my god!
All of that hair, baby.
Boys, the music
man is out. So pretty good, Zoo. Yeah, so that's
pretty good too.
That's what I wanted to say about that. I thought that was, a good representation of pre-stream commentary that we all like. It's hype, it gets you into it. It was an exciting match.
And again, I think one of the highlights for that is when you watch those old things, you have to take it in context for what things were like at the time.
Oh, yeah. True. So we all talked about commentators that we liked. We talked Brendan and Phil. And we talked about some things we liked about them. Their flow, their synergy, their energy, at a lot of stuff. These days, they're not as into it as far as some of the matches go, and that's understandable. Yeah. Some modern stuff. Who has some modern commentators they like, or some matches they thought was commentated well? I'd like to talk about that.
Scars usually pretty
Scar.
Yeah,
he's kind of the elephant in the room. Scar and Toe. And I personally don't like Scar and Toe commentary.
Yeah,
there are. The
play thrown on me, but I don't.
All right. Let's keep this discipline. We got stream here. Why don't we like Scar and Toe?
They're okay. When I watch a stream, their storytelling is too cool, but then Scar I feel goes off way a lot into the story, and I'm I want to know what's going on. I'm you're a better level, you're better players than me. I want to know what's going on. But it's a different style of commentary, obviously. Because they're good in their own right, but it's not what I want to see in a match. Especially something top, high profile like Genesis 3. I'm they might tell stories some other time, but I want to know what's going on.
And to their credit, I think that's a thing they specific. I think you're right. It's one that Scar does way more. And I think one of my biggest critiques of Toph is how much he lets Scar do that and eggs him on. But at the same time, they've gotten a lot better at that historically since they started. And I think that they're both very open to criticism, and that's one that they've heard and responded to. So it's I think it is still a little bit of an issue, but as someone who also I used to hate, also as a fellow
we gotta keep it short.
We got
keep them short bits.
Yeah,
you got.
No, I agree. I agree with that.
You're quarantined now.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we have here is our local setup. Someone I think Jay Vargas does. Can we talk about DM and tipped off in a little bit? I want to get to that. Can we talk about Yoshi tonight?
Oh
No.
I want to finish off this
I don't know if
segment.
that's legal,
I want to
but-
finish off this segment really quick. So
You have to pay his bail.
modern
Yeah.
commentary is a little bit different. You see a lot more,
Professionalism.
professionalism is a thing that we see. We also see a lot more
Appealing to a wide audience.
Yeah.
appealing to a wide
Which is
audience.
a lot of
Say
new
is the
players.
Scar
Yeah.
Toph like story building is really good for people who don't know Melee and are just kind of tuning in because it's the thing that's going on.
Yeah.
Because they want to know more about the backstory. They don't know the depth of the game, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's something like SDM who's
That's
not
it.
like a
It's about
Melee
appealing to
player.
people.
Some people
Appeals.
don't care about the tech.
I guess
They-
personality, right?
Yeah,
like you trust you, like you want to see these two play, and you know you can watch Scar and Toph. You know, it's like I could watch Brandon and Phil commentate whoever. I wouldn't care. So there's a lot of that, a lot more explanation, trying to give people depths, views into the high level parts of the game. You talk to a lot of Smashers, they don't really, a lot of them mute commentary because what they're looking for out of this is either something hilarious or something that's very helpful. And unless you have some very high level stuff going on, you're probably not going to learn too much. So it's an interesting role that commentary's taken. I want to make one point though. Really, the best way to improve in commentary is to stop doing bad stuff. Someone asked Homemade Waffles, I can pull up the tweet, but they just said, hey, big fan. What's your number one thing that you recommend for commentary? And Brandon just said, Homemade Waffles said, think about what you don't like to hear on commentary and stop fucking doing that. I talked to Webbs. Webbs trains the new commentators by basically just listening to them talk and then saying, okay, why did you say that? Did that have a purpose? Did that have a point? There are a lot of mechanical flubs that I think are very natural to make at first. You want a pretty reasonable, measured voice, maybe, as long as it's fun to hear, people can understand what you're saying. In the case of Fauster, you don't even need that if it's, it's a lot of fun. I love Fauster.
accents.
But, is there any commentary? How do you feel about the Peach from Minnesota? I'll talk Karma in a little bit. Yeah. Okay. But, so things that, so I'm going to show some things that maybe didn't go so well on commentary, and I'm going to talk about it from commentators that I think are really not bad. And let me think about this. A Journey Monday. We've probably seen this before, and I want to give some background on this. Yeah. So, what we're seeing here is an in-between analysis from, I think, Smash 4 and MLG New Orleans, which we watched pretty hungover at Ian's place, and we had some choice words for the commentary. And I wanted to elucidate what we thought. What we see here is D1, who these days doesn't take as much of the, as much as the forefront, the lead of commentary as he used to. And then you have Pierce, who is known for basically being the analysis guy in Smash 4. He says pretty incisive but brutal things. My impression of Pierce's commentary, having not watched a lot of it, is I think I'm really good at analyzing the game. I'm just going to keep saying things about the game. I'm not really going to ever adjust that ever. And so some criticisms levied against Pierce have been that he doesn't work with his other commentators well, he doesn't maintain well, and he's disrespectful maybe to some of the viewers and scenes. And we'll talk about that. So I want to show you guys a clip of Pierce and D1 supposedly talking about a match afterwards, and here we go.
Sure how to approach it, but it looked like he knew exactly what he was doing with Lucina in the first 20 seconds of the match. Came out, took an early lead against Kazakh, and was really applying lots of pressure. We saw some very clean, smooth, and crisp Lucina game.
So already at this point, Pierce has talked for about 15 uninterrupted seconds without really making that much of a point. Now, if this were just Pierce with a, just Pierce's time to do the analysis, I think it makes sense. But he's going on for a while, and D1 is not being able to get into the commentary. Some things that I would suggest, talking with your commentator beforehand, knowing the other person is very important. Some sort of, signal, or, you can make little hand signals, Blur taught me, you can do a lot.
He doesn't even look at D1.
He doesn't look at D1 at any point.
Space, talking.
Pierce is totally zoned in on the point that he wants to make, and that is not how you maintain a dialogue between commentators.
Came in with the cross of neutral air into the combo.
Stop.
And
No.
all sorts of technology.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I come to talk with you.
So one thing that actually so D1's mechanics are great. Analysis of D1 lately, as far as how he maintains and juggles all of his projects between all of his games, he doesn't necessarily. I mean, he's still a strong player. He doesn't keep up with the tech in a big way. It's really just, I think, the energy that he's lacking, and that's understandable. It's so hard to keep
I think
up.
as much as it's like Pierce's fault for rambling, I think D1's at fault too for like not stepping in. Like
True. It's hard. It's hard if someone doesn't, keeps talking.
Right,
it's
right.
Hard.
It's hard to be not rude,
yeah.
but like.
But like to be very
At the
abrupt
end,
and
where,
like
Canada
yeah.
should be to like the YouTube watcher later or like the chat, I guess. Cause
So JV, I think
it's,
that's
like,
JV
unpleasant
from
to
the
the
Brown
guy.
Battalion's with us. So he actually, he's talking about the Pierce matchup right now, and he says working with Pierce is really good if you understand how to control him on the mic. And I think that's a really good analysis from JV.
Yeah.
I think if you can work with Pierce well, you can really tune his analysis into a weapon that works really well. And Morfeld said had to put a muzzle on him, and that's a little bit true. It's somewhat similar to Blur sometimes, especially back in the day. Especially when Blur would start, saying like, Bear's a semi-spike or this move takes 3.5 frames, and you have a couple choices that you can make there and how you interact with it. You can, number one, kind of just hold up and wait for your turn, which we'll see how this goes.
Because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping.
He does not know what he said. Like if you asked him to repeat that.
So we noticed, actually, when watching the Melee side of this, D1 has 2 faces when the other person is talking for a while. And as far as I understand, D1 might have just said, okay, you're going to take point on the analysis on these. And so I might be taking this out of context. But it's, I'm using this as kind of a meta example. Oh, real talk, first time walking with Pierce was at MLG. I cut to a commercial, and I went to the bathroom ready to quit. I came back thinking to myself, how can I work with this person? And that's a JV, one of the big Smash 4 guys. Turning locator. Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, thanks for joining us, by the way. So, as we noticed when talking to Gumblade, D1 has 2 faces. He has smile at the camera.
Sorry.
Which is this one?
Yeah.
The one.
And then look at the other person.
Which is still like in a
Kind of the same face.
Yeah, it is.
Which honestly shows a lot of knowledge and, specific game plan for how D1 approaches this situation. Unfortunately, all combines here to make a meme of D1 slowly dying inside.
The consequences of not stepping in.
I assume that when he's nodding, is it actually substantial analysis?
No, it's responding probably to the tone.
It's kind of how you. I'm gonna get rid of that because there's some scary.
I almost argue if you go back to the 24-second mark
Yeah.
real quickly, or a little bit earlier. There's a spot where the smile changes, and I think that's where he's locked in.
Yeah, that's when he goes into a zone of like, this is going to happen like this
Talking
now.
about this earlier, he's like, he's doing this happen.
This is forever.
Okay.
He's just gonna take
Imagine like
and take it.
something.
Yeah.
He's just there. He's like, alright.
With anything, the secret is building rapport. You build rapport with D1, you get them to engage. You build rapport with people that tend to run you over. You have a dialogue. You have something to work with. You get a rhythm of when one's going to get excited, the other one's going to not. I'm going to play another match that's also a meme. Just as an illustration. I'm taking this, we're going to talk about the context of this match. We saw it a little bit earlier in the beginning. But okay, things you can do. You could fight back. You could just start vehemently disagreeing with your co-caster, and I don't think that's a good idea. I don't know how many of you have seen this, but I can't find the video because it's part of an 11-hour YouTube thing. But Kirby Kaze and Kage commentated for a little bit in a pretty big major in Canada. And for those of you that don't know, Kirby Kaze, one of the more completely intellectual, great analysis of everything, one of the best posters and expositors on little things about the game that Smashboards or really the Melee community's ever seen. And Kage is the warrior, all heart, very silly most of the time.
Yeah. Sick last name.
Bends the gear.
Oh no.
I thought his last name was Warrior.
But Kage would say something,
For the warrior
and it wouldn't be quite right. And Kirby Kaze's reaction to that was in his house analysis mode with, "This is wrong. This is absolutely wrong. No, that's not how this works." And it was hilarious for like 45 minutes, but it was really just not how the rhythm should work around each other. If you disagree about stuff, all right.
Be more a little polite with it.
Polite is good. I want to say commentary, especially duo, is a conversation that you're having with the match that people like to listen to. But it's a little more than that because you do have the audience, and you always have to think about that. You ask about the questions that you're asking, like, does this mean something for the audience? Is this helping the audience? And so you kind of build the conversation in that way. And so that's the mark of a good pair together. When they have conversations together and it works well. And this is what Scar and Tofu have been working on, I think. when they go on sidetracks or they talk about things and they point each other in good directions, and that's what you see from good commentary. I want to point out a clip that we watched before, and I hope we don't get the video muted or something like that.
It'll be fine.
No, we'll be fine.
But this is
This
is one of the great modern examples of pacing around each other and interacting with each other and just having great timing, great sense of timing, great working around each other. You know. And so, you know, almost nobody is going to sound this smooth, and of course it's a TV show, but I think, you know,
They get multiple tries.
multiple tries. Yeah, they got a couple of them here.
Oof.
Yeah. Ready. Yeah. So I just want you to focus on the rhythm of how they talk around each other, and I'm going to pause it like we're analyzing commentary for a split second.
Hey, Mike. I got some turpentine, some wax, and some high-gloss coat paint. This shit is really expensive.
Oh, dude, yeah, you're telling me. I picked us up some new slacks and docksiders so we could have the right look, you know, and fit in and everything. We're running pretty low on remaining dick towel money, though.
Plus, we gotta fill that thing up with gas.
Oh, man, we gotta pop by the department store, pick up the mattress. I'm gonna get a nice one, too. You know,
The what? The mattress? What do we...
So right now, we're confused as the audience about the mattress, and they're using Mac's character to ask the question, right? Well, what's the mattress for? What's the plan here? And it's going to lead somewhere hilarious. And you know, as commentators, these are the types of questions you want to ask. You know, if you ask a question like if Blur says something that's wrong about frame data, which actually doesn't happen very much. Blur knows his stuff. The reality of it.
They're buying a boat.
Yeah, they're buying a boat here. Yeah. But, you know, if you just say, no, I think that's wrong, that doesn't really take anyone anywhere other than maybe you showing the audience that you know what Blur, you know, you're making fun of Blur. If you can keep it as part of a rapport, like you calling Blur out or something, it really depends on the person. It makes more sense if Mango does this, for example. You know, you always have to think about what that's like. So bad things can be fighting with your co-commentator in ways that aren't productive for the stream.
What do you need a mattress for?
what do we need a mattress for? Why the hell do you think we just spent all that money on a boat? The whole purpose of buying the boat in the first place was to get the living beings nice and tipsy topside so we can take them to a nice, comfortable place below deck and, you know, they can't refuse because of the implication.
Okay. You had me going there for the first part. The second half, it kind of threw me.
Well, dude.
See, I think that was a very supportive way of asking the question by Mac.
Tactile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Dennis is kind of big league in here.
Tactful. Tactile as well.
It's tactful.
It's tactful.
He like personified the audience in his question.
Yes.
And this chat would be like, what's going on with the vote and stuff. Like
and this is what the writers intended.
Yeah.
You know, this is what they're going at.
She looks around her. What does she see? Nothing but open ocean.
And so you can ask a lot of leading questions when you do commentary about, you know, what's going on, what do you think's happening, as long as you are semi-confident that your commentator is going to give you something to work with there.
Yeah. Oh, there's nowhere for me to run. What am I going to do? Say no?
So we've learned a lot about Dennis's top player analysis of this situation. Mac, I think, disagrees morally with what's just happened. So
Okay.
see, that's good. You know, we're having a good time as a stream, and then.
That seems really dark now.
But what we're all thinking.
Yeah, you are.
What we're all thinking right now.
Said no, then the answer obviously is no.
No.
But the thing is that she's not gonna say no. She would never say no because of the implication.
This is where things get dark, and honestly, on the mic, it's okay to just drop it here. You just move on to the next thing. Maybe just forget about all of this.
Swipe it out.
Yeah, if you think somewhere is not going somewhere productive or right, or if things are going a little not so good, it's time sync I can confirm. Yeah.
You said that word implication a couple of times.
Now I just want you to focus on the timing of how they talk around each other. It's really good.
What implication?
The implication that things might go wrong for her if she refuses to sleep with me. No, not that things are going to go wrong for her, but she's thinking that they will.
But it sounds like she doesn't want to have sex.
Why aren't you understanding? She doesn't know whether she wants to have sex with me. It's that she doesn't know. That's not the issue. So you think it could be? I'm not going to. Why ever hurt these women? I feel like you're not getting this at all.
I'm not getting it.
God damn. They wouldn't be in any danger.
So they are in any danger.
How can I make that any more clear to you? Okay, it's an implication of danger.
Let's just drop. Let's drop.
See, and they drop it. That's good. Yeah, exactly.
That's what you should do.
So good disagreement there. I want to really quickly talk about another common thing that's an often mistake when I watch people in Mayhem or SSS or even any other stream back in the day. What would happen is that, you know, there would be, you know, random Scrubmaster 69, and they would be on the mic and they would talk about, you know, what turned out to be their life story. in some sense. And this, and the roughest thing is, this is nearly all the time not interesting to your viewers at all. You don't want to ramble on. You don't want to have this type of, I'm important because of this. You don't want to be plugging your stuff, that kind of thing. You really don't want that. And for D1's credit, I watched a player that I know talk about how he thinks Melee is like chess, to pretty much talk about a 10-minute long analogy that didn't really work because this player was, good at chess, about like 2100 ELO, that kind of thing. Very good. But D1 basically let him talk the whole time politely, thanked him for the analogy at the end, and called it a day. And I thought that was incredible cohesion. D1's strength, especially back in the day, was being able to sit down with literally anyone on the mic and, kind of be a professional, commentate well, mechanics well, everything smooth, working around you. And that's really the D1 that we grew to love, I think, in some senses, on the commentary that we saw. That was one of his great strengths. We're going to take a little bit of a break. We talked about some of the good and bad. A lot of commentary comes down to some mistakes and getting rid of these mistakes and then keeping things light and interesting. And once we identify more of those, things get a lot easier. Let's talk about the Yoshi story. So here's what happened.
Segues are hard.
And I'm going to talk about this with Ian. We're going to try and tell this story as a team.
Callahan's Wing Night.
Here, Ian, you want to switch?
Ian, switch out. Try to work for a sec. So for those of you that saw the Facebook group, you might be wondering what that's about. Ian, tell us about what happened a little bit.
Well, we just came to Callahan's, went there, tried to get a table. We had called earlier.
It's a little bit of a wait, wasn't there?
Yeah, which was kind of unfortunate. We were told an hour. We get there at like 45 minutes, a little early.
I'm a little
they
mad.
they gave up the table or some shit.
Unbelievable.
They called us. We weren't there. No shit. You told us an hour.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm gonna post it in the
and
chat.
it's impossible because you can't call in. You have to do things ahead of time. So tensions are really high, and it's such a busy night too.
We're all getting pretty hungry. None of us had eaten for a while because it's wing night. We're trying to save up.
I had stolen fruit from the GLG house, so I was doing okay. But.
So a couple of us go to the bar just to get a drink while we're waiting. Yoshi included. Yoshi loves Guinness.
Yoshi loves Guinness. So Yoshi loves to drink, and they were playing some beer pong.
Yeah.
Some beer pong, and Yoshi found a lovely lady to be on his team.
Yeah.
And he faced I think they were engaged. It was a couple.
Probably were.
Yeah, male and female. They were. So some disagreements over the game occurred, and Yoshi called her a word.
Ooh, a word that Aaron Mewtwo Queen is a big fan of.
Yeah.
Mastered a technique around that word.
Mastered the technique, the blank drop. You can spell it in the chat, see what it is. So, Yoshi says he was in the right there. He did nothing wrong. So Yoshi says this to this woman. And the boyfriend was not happy.
He was not happy at all. He stands up, flips the table.
Jesus.
Glasses break. The Guinness is ruined.
Uh-huh.
He goes to choke Yoshi. Just going at him. Yoshi fights back, uses the techniques he's learned from this game.
I will defeat you. I am Broke Master 69.
Fends him off. They get in this brawl.
It was crazy. There were 50 people in there. The cops show up. They start throwing fists.
They start swarming outside.
Yeah. The girl at this point had fallen for Yoshi.
Oh yeah, I mean naturally. When you witness this kind of performance,
I saw a lot of nice back air, some good shorts.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, Yoshi.
We continued the commentary workshop and commentated.
Yeah.
What of the fight we could see.
So an important commentary thing when you're close to people, especially at locals, you're going to be in a position where the players can hear you. Where they can hear everything that you're saying, and you want to make sure that they don't react negatively, that they can keep going around their business. And that's important. And so what we had them do, we had all the commentators show up to the fight, and I said, get close, not too close, but get close and commentate this match. Do not throw off the match with your commentary. And do your best.
And at the same time, don't get hit. Don't get involved in the fight.
Don't get hit.
Do we talk about back-airing the guy's jaw?
Just to be above water, wait, this all happened? This really happened?
Yeah.
I know this bit is a bit, but this.
Are you doubting my integrity?
So
are you doubting our integrity?
Yeah. Who's commenting?
Whoa.
Is it you?
This is a joke.
Look at his face.
This is a joke.
This is the face of a madman. After he savagely beat that person, we had to Photoshop all the blood off of this.
What?
We had to get him another Guinness.
Yeah. So the guy who was fighting went to jail. The girl now is with Yoshi. Yoshi hit her with that legendary.
He was going to be here in the workshop, but he's with her.
Yeah, in jail actually. They were both arrested, and bail is $10,000. So we are reinstating a mandatory salary.
So please donate.
Yeah.
Please go to smash.gg/free Yoshi.
Hashtag free Yoshi.
Yeah, forget about the election that's going on.
Yoshi
We need to get this
2016.
trending.
For the next Super Tri-Weekly, we have donation drives. We have incentives. At the 1,000 incentive level, we are making it so no ICs are allowed to enter.
Excellent.
At the $5,000 level, we are telling Hugo that there's a tournament somewhere else on that day, so we can finish the tournament on time, and there maybe won't be any Samus Luigi.
Oh no.
Don't come in there, dude.
Yeah,
Oh.
all tournaments. Oh no, he's back!
Higher. Michael, higher. Yeah.
Oh no.
There he is.
All right, so Yoshi's fine. Absolutely nothing happened.
No.
Yeah, we're all good.
Some other guys got drunk. And
However, if you do want to donate, we will have a donation link.
Donate the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are going to be pursuing a
Yoshi had
partnership
so
to get
much
Yoshi out
fucking
of jail.
cheesecake.
That was a good story, though.
So
that
much
was like a
fucking
really good
cheesecake,
story.
by the way.
It didn't happen.
No, I know.
Well, something. What did he say? What did he say? Yoshi wants to go play some more friendlies.
Yoshi wants to go play friendlies in the basement.
Why did you ruin my friendlies?
Cheesecake.
The girl is dead.
Well, not really.
The girl Yoshi killed her.
This is kind of
What? So
That wasn't part of the story.
Thank you, Ian, for helping us tell that. I wanted to ask a couple questions. We recently had the Super Tri-Weekly, which had over 1,000 viewers.
1,100.
1,100. And Lloyd, you were there too. A couple other people.
Yeah.
So you read the
I
chat
commented.
afterwards. What did you think? What were they saying?
I mean, there's a lot of little things. When the mic, there was a part where the mic cut out during I think it was the triple cast.
Yeah.
Of like me, SKSK, and Flash.
Yeah. So the mic died because
the mic cut out. We like moved some things around that got unplugged or something.
We were told wrong things for sure.
Yeah. And they were like, the people going like, oh, thank God. It's like now that the mic's muted, so much better.
Yeah.
Which, that's the thing, there's always going to be haters.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, I understand that most people who like watch it are okay with it and they won't comment in chat.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't really care. There's a few people who like are upset. There's a few people who are complimenting.
The vocal minority.
There were like some people being like, I don't know what these guys are talking about. It sounds fine. Like, It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother like that many people. But I mean, there's some people who don't like commentary. I think we're given a really good standard of commentators with like at some events.
Yeah.
And then like when they get something that's not the best, especially because like of how little content we get with commentary that doesn't sound like ass.
Do you want me to pull up the video of their commentary at all?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Let's talk about that for a little bit.
Is there any?
Because that's like my first thing commentating.
Is there any particular video you want to see?
So this is actually at the Super Tri-Weekly. I don't think you have this uploaded yet.
I have the
whole event.
full
vlog.
Okay, so we're gonna talk a little bit. We're gonna talk a little bit of the mechanics and the nature of getting good feedback. The reality of Twitch is that things can really steamroll. Same with Reddit, but honestly, the feedback depends on the person and how much it is. And there's nothing to say that like this will be good, this will be bad. You talk to people you trust. I think the best thing to do after an event.
You wanted to look at?
I have no idea.
After an event, it's just honestly, it's take a break, kind of. It's a test.
Yeah.
Take it over. You just kind of don't think about it.
Yeah, I think the main things that like I don't know if we're saying now like that I picked up from this so you guys can notice it. Trying to like say too much or like analyze too much. Like you really don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
Like especially with 3 people on the mic.
Yeah.
Like you guys can just like hang out.
And the reality of this is these players are so much better than us, and we
Yeah,
don't
like, what
see
the fuck
that
are we
much
gonna
about
say?
the game.
Yeah.
That we see some stuff we can point a little bit, but the reality of it is that we are not at their level.
Yeah.
The audience is not looking for you to make deep, big analyses about top 15 players playing each other. That's not what you should be expecting yourself to do.
Yeah.
Now, the audience was something that we had never seen personally, any of us. 1,100 viewers on Twitch.
Yeah, I think our record was like 500.
Yeah, I think so as well.
And that was with Westballs. Like
that was with the young West.
Obviously, we
Dennis.
did have big talent here, and that's why we got
ready?
it.
All right, stop talking, Ashman. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. So they're meaningless, but they can sometimes be good and sometimes just be bad. If you want people you can trust, I honestly do read it. I do read Twitch chat. Sometimes it sucks. But, you can't take anything too seriously because it depends on how they're doing. But sometimes they can say some good stuff.
Yeah, that's very true.
So the video's lagging.
Oh, the audio.
So the audio is desynced and it's also low. This was something that just kind of happened on the day. You guys were pretty far back and.
Oh. Wait, this happened on the stream?
Yeah.
Like for the stream?
Yeah.
It was fine during a portion when I was watching.
Yeah.
Click like a different part of the video.
Yeah, this is unwatchable as far as looking at
Because the commentaries
Oh yeah.
too.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Okay.
No, it's totally out of sync. Uh-oh.
I think that might be your videos.
Yeah, try this is
It might
not
just be
good.
the video, yeah.
Upload, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think I watched like the VOD and the VOD was pretty fine.
Alright, here, we'll
Let's go to Twitch.
Check the Twitch.
Yeah, JV has a good point, and I think that's one of the things I'm trying to develop
What
in
did he
San
say?
Diego. Having a reasonable crew of people that will give you some real ass feedback and tell you, whether you suck or not.
Yeah, I think that's
It's
what
so
we're
important.
starting.
We're gonna pull it from somewhere else, Strike. We're gonna actually just watch other people's videos for now.
Yeah, that's fine. We don't have to watch this.
Yeah. But how you commentate a local is a lot different than how you commentate bigger tournaments. But okay, I'm gonna close
we're
this.
live.
We are live. Amazing. So if people wanted to link commentary that they'd like us to see, that would be a good idea. It's gonna get deleted by Moobot, but I will be able to just pull the link. I want to. Right now, there are a couple matches that we could watch. Some things that I had some ideas. There's something I wanted to talk about with Scar. Something that Scar is really good at, which is Scar's play-by-play is really evocative. It's enthusiastic. So this is a set that I didn't see. Lucky versus PPMD. And I want to analyze some things that I think that they do well and some things that you don't like as much. So when Scar and Toph show up to a tournament, they really they roll with the things that they talk about. Some of the things that maybe take away because they go too long, but I like them. Right. I think we all like them. What Blur was actually talking to me about was pointing out Scar's strengths in play-by-play and the way that he delivers play-by-play is it's deeper. Right. It's deeper than usual.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. All right.
So that's hilarious.
Humor.
Game one. Okay, so Lucky versus PPM. Bobby, tell me about this. Wait. Yeah, I don't know. Did these much of a tournament record?
I honestly.
So there, Toph was about to ask Scar, lead into him with something. How do they do in tournament? And then he recognized it's kind of obscure because PP and Lucky almost never play. There have been some sets, but the fact that I'm thinking about ones from 5 or 6 years ago tells you how rarely you get to see PP play. And so Toph realized that, caught himself, and said, hey, this might not even be a fair question, but...
he recovered from what he already,
Yeah.
from his veteran experience as, a commentator.
Yeah, he gave Scar...
that he was going to mess up with that question.
He gave Scar a better chance to look better. Oh, shoot.
I can't think of very many tournaments where they play each other. This season,
So Scar looks less bad there. Scar doesn't look like he just is completely clueless about the record between two players. It makes sense, and Toph explained why it makes sense, why he wouldn't know that off the top.
Yeah, right. And that's like if I ever commentated with you, since we don't have a lot of veteran commentators here, it'd help us a lot if we a bunch about history of Smash, but someone new to the game post-doc like me, I wouldn't know these historic sets. So it'd help a lot if you were a little less.
You
definitely
do
does.
That. Do what he was doing. There.
Right. So not giving not some I'm not gonna ask a day one person historically how the Lucky West Ball sets evolved over the history of time. I'm not gonna ask them that.
Yeah. Just an example though, because you never did that.
Commentating a K-pop video would be dope.
Oh my god, let's do it.
Dr. Light would be so.
Dr. Light would be so down.
Woody? That's
so
he's a big K-pop.
Back to this. Back to the match. So it was.
I have a K-pop video, Michael.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
No.
Okay, but I want to talk the notion of research and player history. This was the segment that I had called "When Chroma Learned the Intricacies of the Minnesota PR." So really,
Dr. Light's here.
I think part of commentary that's really important is having a love for the game, having a love for watching nearly everything. If you have matches that you don't love watching, it shows. And this is when me and NMW commentated doubles at Press Start.
Oh my!
NMW did not have a good time because what are you doing, man?
No, TimeSync posted a video and wanted us to commentate.
Okay, so we'll come back to that. It's a good Lovage video. I like that for sure. Okay, but. So it comes with watching a lot of tournaments, talking to people, and I think the thing that helps a lot is getting to know, developing as a player and finding people that, you play that lose to whom. You start building your knowledge of how people stack up with respect to each other. You start, watching local streams, getting an idea of what, for example, New England's scene or Florida's scene, or maybe, various parts of the Midwest, or, what SoCal's doing is important for SoCal tournaments, what NorCal does. You don't want to be caught in a situation where you don't recognize a ranked player at a regional. Right. You don't want to end up in a position where you're not giving somebody credit because you're assuming they're not good because you didn't hear about them. My knowledge of players goes a little bit annoyingly deep.
Yeah, dude.
I think.
He's an encyclopedia.
Yeah, and that really comes from a lot of stream monitoring.
Yeah.
And that's, the reality of it. Before Karma moved here, I didn't know he was PR'd because as far as their scene, I thought he was closer to around like the 11 to 15 range. Some people that were always threats are like Slayer, who everyone hypes up, out of there. He doesn't go to much. He beat Toph at Big House 5. They have Triple R, who isn't as high. Players like Chex are a little bit higher. Amains, Deepak in the past, a long time ago. Radigan. They're like, and you start recognizing some names as you see more and more videos and contextualizing how people talk about things together. Meom Rank is a great place to start. Right. You look at the players there, and you look at the players that those players play. So you see Crush, you see Mafia. Try and get a context of how the rest of New England works around each other. And you don't have to watch as much Melee as I do, but you can get a handle on the narratives of what's going on. These days with Smash.gg, you can really just look down the list of who's coming to an SSS or Mayhem, and if you don't recognize someone from a different region, now's the time to do some research. And the more and more research you do, the more and more it builds. You can keep notes. I used to keep notes more. I don't as much,
I think that also, from maybe the flip perspective, that is an area where naturally, if you are a newer or weaker commentator, you can play off the strengths of someone who knows the region. You can, hey, I'm actually not familiar with one or both of these players, fill me in. And going back to that video, you're basically being a conduit for the audience because, you already probably have a better understanding of most of these people. So if you don't know who they are, there's probably a significant portion of the audience who has no idea. So by playing into that, you can, you're helping out in the way you can, as a commentator.
It's a smart pairing for sure. When in a lot of these, regionals that have been, or majors that have been held in smaller regions like Australia or maybe Kentucky or that kind of area, what you'll see a lot is that an established commentator will commentate with one of these stronger local talent people, and the local talent will tell people, this is this player, this is that player, this is how this goes, contextualize. What Oates will do is he'll talk, he'll
great.
He'll talk a lot. Oates is amazing about finding people to talk to about histories, legacies, how things have gone historically, that kind of thing. Now, you're not expected to rattle off that, for example, Westfall's Leffen is blank and blank in the last blank months or something like that. Just kind of a general feeling of history and talking about it's okay. Like if you both kind of have a nebulous idea of how things are going, that's probably how most of your audience also thinks, and so that's valuable in itself. So that's what I have to say about research. Make friends, be stream monster, talk about people with Melee a lot. I get to talk with the stream monsters a lot, which is great. Oates is amazing with the narrative. That's definitely
I
for sure.
have no idea. I'll tell you that one of the first, way back, this was 2010, Lucky and PB had a weird, crazy set. This is when PB was just
that was so good.
So right now, Toph was talking about past history, where at Pound 4, PP4 stalked Lucky Game 1 and lost a set. That was a while ago, 2010. Good knowledge. Then Scar wanted to bring it back to the game, and let's notice what Scar did there.
Lucky and PB had a weird, crazy set. This is when PB was just good. That was sick. That was sick. That double jump.
And he said ooh, and then Toph said that was sick.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Toph fed into it.
They knew.
It's really tempting when you see something hyped to just make that noise. I make that noise too much, But with the way they work around each other, the ooh brought Toph back to life. Toph talked about it, and then Scar was able to talk about it more.
Yeah, right. You could tell Scar wanted to talk about it, and Toph helped let him do it.
Right.
Instead of just having him interrupt Toph,
yeah.
Toph interrupted himself, and then Scar got to go on.
So it was like that one time where at Big House 5 where most balls was, I think it was playing against a level 1 Fox on Escat the Falcon, and he power shielded Firefox, boom, and you see Scar just dropped his mic, and it asked Toph, did you see that?
Yeah, that was a much more direct version of this. Yeah.
And I want to point out what Scar did actually when he was talking about that. He said, "Did he just fuck? Did he?" Yeah. And they talked about it, and it's play by play, but he phrases it and how we would react to it. It makes it interesting, and that's a classic Scar thing.
Do you think it's important when you're doing play by play to make sure it's not boring? Like, do you think it gets boring if you just are saying what's happening?
Yeah.
Especially with the rise of the anti-esports commentary. Like, you'll sound too, like, stale and just, like...
Yeah. I'm gonna pull up an MLG
short,
New Orleans set
nice
to talk about that, yeah.
Nice
back air, yeah. But there's good behind nice back air and bad behind nice back air. And so there's things about cliches about how long your timing needs to take that I'm going to get into in a little bit.
Okay.
PB, this is when PB was like just on the cusp of like, you know, kind of...
So Toph's back to it. Toph kind of goes longer than I hope on some of the ways he explains things. And I'd like to keep it a little bit sharper maybe. But Toph's got a game plan. He knows what he's doing, to be honest. So the thing is... Oh, who's a good puppy?
Yeah, you can't resist a puppy.
Hello!
You can't.
Oh, her name is Vivi.
Yeah, sorry, Stream.
It's a Doge.
Cute dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't leave.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. You're never bored listening to Toph, no matter, what he's talking about. But okay, as far as, keeping things sharp and digestible helps your audience and it helps you talk with your co-commentator. I think a good drill to do is to take mechanical things about Melee and come up with 5 or 10 second ways to describe them. So, for example, I talked about before, SDI. When you're in hit stun, you can smash the control stick in a direction. You teleport a little bit. This helps you get out of follow-ups because Melee is a very sharp game. Done. Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I gotta leave.
Okay. It's good having you, Lee.
Thanks for
Thanks for swinging by, dude. I'll see you guys at the bi-weekly.
Yeah,
Friday.
Yes.
Yeah. Look at Anderson CSGO. Yeah, I've been talking to more CSGO people lately. It's really
I
nice.
might jump up there.
Yeah, do it.
So staying sharp. And so when we say something like nice back air, it's because we want to draw attention to something. We want to point out what it was. But the reality of saying nice back air is just nice. You have to go a little bit deeper. You have to say why it was nice. Think of maybe a quick sentence why, and then move on. Right. And that's how we can avoid cliche. We can avoid cliche by thinking about what primes our reactions to these things and then counteracting it. And then sometimes we just have bad habits, like for example, wanting to say a certain thing when someone lights themselves on fire and goes into the stage.
And that's why Jake and I can't commentate because I just want to put oil on the fire.
Yeah. We just want to feed off each other and make a bad thing. It's like two people you can't have shop together because they're gonna buy the whole store.
Oh god!
Shut up! Just gotta watch your parents.
Let's go.
I think Lucky actually won, but PB four-stopped the game that he won. So which you usually don't see, right?
Right. Usually the four-stopper.
So a lot has happened in the game, and they're still kind of talking about the beginning, which is kind of a thing we see from Toph and Scar a lot. And I think it's okay because they don't get stuck, not with dead air, which is okay. You don't have to talk all the time. But it keeps them talking and it keeps them rolling, and they don't feel the need to focus on every little thing that happened, which some people like, some people don't.
Do you think it's because they're good players themselves that they're used to seeing that kind of tech, things like that, versus someone that's like new to the Falco Fox matchup? And
yes and no.
They want to know what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Depending on your audience and where you are in the tournament, you want to explain more or less about basic things that are going on. Maybe talk about Fox Falco a little bit at the beginning of a match, if you feel that it's appropriate. And gauging when it's appropriate for the match. What's up, Leland?
So
what's good,
dude? What was it? 33rd?
Fire, dude.
Are you hanging out for a second? Or you pop it and leave him?
Oh, I'm just chilling.
He's chilling. Okay, grab
Do you know this like tournament? I don't know if you.
Do you remember this tournament, Leland?
No, I was drunk for.
You were drunk this whole time.
Damn.
So, I heard there was like East Coast New York people.
East Coast people play like blank.
What?
I don't remember that.
Extremely good in this matchup. I think he's like.
To talk real quick about people's level of knowledge about stuff, which is crazy. I was watching like day one Beast One commentary at like 2 a.m, and Wobbles was teaming with I think a random Fox, and the commentator said when Rock Leland plays doubles. You never enter tournaments, Leland. How do they know about this? That he likes to team with foxes.
They probably were just guessing because everyone likes to team with foxes.
Well, no, because he always teams with Trike.
I mean, he was right.
Damn, you're the fox.
I'm the mid-tier fool.
You're not one side chick.
SoCal, we don't even know your name. So like the level is great, and I love that. Okay. Yeah, maybe we could post a Chrommentary set.
I actually didn't know that.
I have a bad one that we should watch.
Ooh. Finish my sentences because of how stellar the punishment has been. But no,
1 minute has gone by 3 stops.
That's
That's a ratio right there.
That's
a charge.
See how quickly he brings it back, and they do it, and they handle well.
No, I think they're like 3
I feel like they definitely have a good grasp on like what the audience likes.
Yeah, and I like how they update the game. Like,
well, I mean, like something that looks cool, that looks like unnatural, you know, or like something out of the ordinary. Like they really like catch on, and they're like, oh, that looks cool. Like you know, I feel like they hype they're good at
the good things.
They're good at telling stories. Like like their vocal inflections and stuff are good at reeling the audience in. So like when this stuff happens, they're like, ooh, that was so cool. And like just like I'm gonna hook you in.
And they explain why it's cool. They always try and say why.
Right.
So we're gonna skip ahead.
Enough melee for me to know. Stay away from Toph and the rock transformation and the fire transformation. Who am I kidding? Oh, what is he going for? What are you trying to grab?
And that's good. Scar admits he doesn't know what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
He's like, what is this?
He's like super genuine.
Yeah.
That's like part of like his
very
ability.
important.
He's like congenial.
Yeah.
I get sad when I get the water bracelets because I'm like, oh, I can't choose.
I love the water. Oh,
special. This is Lucky gonna live reverse down there.
See, the way they phrase that is Lucky going to blank. I like that. A lot of times we guess like, is Lucky gonna live? Oh, and they're dead. Oh, but they're living though, which is a thing that happens a lot.
Yeah, okay, gets hit by the force smash, but no big deal. Goes for a prayer of a nair. Did you see that nair?
He did.
Prayer of a nair is hilarious in a rhyme.
Because as soon as the nair landed,
yeah, which I think it's like an apology.
I would have just made dumbass noises right there, let me tell you. I would go, woo!
Forward smash.
Okay, it was cool. Did you see the way he came up to him?
He knew it.
Watch this.
That was kind of gross. Some audiences like that noise for that, but some audiences think, oh, it's just like
don't.
Just a smash attack.
Yeah, like it's like calm down, man. Like stop being fake hype or something like that.
Right.
But people like certain stuff more than others.
Sorry, I won't do that again. I know that was really bad there.
Oh no!
Oh, I think. Wow,
What
PDM
the
goes for it. Oh, checkmate situation.
Yeah, that was actually. I'm pretty sure 100% of the options were covered. What's up, Aaron?
All right, we'll see if it can be done. Definitely matchup-wise,
Man, Lucky actually could have won the set.
Yeah.
Now I'm a little bummed after watching this. So they didn't feel the need to talk through every single thing that was happening there with that edge guard. I think they trusted the audience to see, like, going back to it. Here.
I know that was really bad there.
It's like, oh, the shield pressure was bad. Oh, and he just completely got called on that option. And
Oh, that's it. I think. Wow, PBMT goes for it. Oh.
So
covered like everything.
it's weird because he didn't get it directly, and so the viewer can be watching. That was a little bit weird, and then they explain after.
Situation.
Checkmate situation.
Yeah, that was actually.
Which is a perfect example because it's like you don't get the kill in a checkmate ever. You don't kill the king. You just make it so the king can't do anything.
He just said, if you're going toward the stage at all, you're gonna get dared, and you can go up or away from me. I don't care. You're dead anyway.
That was a good 5-second thing, like you said.
Yeah, quick.
All right, we'll see if it can be done.
That's the opposite of that.
And I like that. They don't say something like one stock is not a lead. They don't say anything like Lucky on his last tournament stock or anything.
Yeah, I like the updates on stock count, but they can't be like cliche like that.
Yeah, if you've got time, you could say like nice read.
Right.
Like talk about why the up air was
like
nice.
basketball commentators.
Yeah, just don't do it every time.
The score is blah blah blah.
Yeah,
the score is
I want to
blah,
pull.
blah, blah.
I remember hearing Freak one time because he came to UCSD to talk about stuff, and he says there's certain like phrases he'll
Sometimes you can
use
just leave it.
in like key moments. You can't use it over. Like one thing he'll say is like, "This is the last game of the grand finals. Whoever will win it." You can't just like repeat what the situation is with that hype at every moment. You have to use it in the key moment, which is kind of like the last of it. This is the absolute last stock. Whoever takes this wins the grand prize, something like that.
This is the last tournament stock, or potentially the last.
And I'm honestly starting to not like it as much. It does set it, but there has to be more. Otherwise, I think it gets.
You just can't do
but
it
it's like,
every time.
if you burn out on it, then it's not useful anymore.
There's levels.
So JV made a good point that sometimes you just want to say a very quick thing because speaking is a commitment. You want to get back to the match.
It's a good exchange. This can be as close to a tie as it can be.
And did you see the player count between stocks? Lucky just.
Straight up.
Tell me about it though. The way you said "nah" was like, explain it to me.
Honestly, and this is where Scar and Toph work well together. If it was me and Scar, I'd be like, oh, never mind. But Toph knows he can push.
Yeah.
Smacking his knee like, God, why am I off stage here?
He's a knee slapper.
Yeah, I guess so, man. All right.
See, knee slapper is a thing that they like to say a lot, which I guess is.
Really beautiful forward air.
So Scar wants to go with the ooze.
By PPMD. No follow up, but it was sick nasty. Oh, really was. Uh-oh. Could be a lot of damage. Or it could be nothing.
I like that. I like that very much.
Oh! No jump!
Down,
double down. Okay, PB. Okay, PB.
I really like when they call it no jumps. Because so many people don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, PPMD.
I think that's a really good point. Actually.
Because like even like a lot
I
of
am
players,
convinced.
yeah,
That was
like,
convincing.
They don't keep track of jumps, and that's like one of the first like high level things. I think.
York versus UGA. That was not helpul, and it's not UGA. I want to point out a situation where I might have over-explained.
Non-esports?
Oh, there we go. UCI versus G-Tag.
This is
football game on that one. That's cool.
So Cruise is weird and fun.
Hey, full screen that.
Wait, no, I don't want UCI versus Georgia Tech. What I want is I want
York. Right?
No, I want York. You're right. Yeah, I need to find York versus Georgia Tech. Because what I want is the end. So I thought Genesis was some of my, pretty low middle of the road commentary as far as things go.
Too many Falco Pioneers anymore.
So commentating with Sleepy, I knew Sleepy as a player. He's deep, has a lot of insight. He talks to his chat a lot. He does some great analysis, and he knows the Georgia Tech players well. So if you can put him into positions where he can excel off of that, I think that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to set up positions where your co-commentator can excel.
Mainstay was pretty much West Balls. Yeah. And then, PPMD didn't go to many things, and he also switched to North for a lot of his problematic matchups.
The narrative. So.
As a spectator, I'm really excited. 4 stocks versus 4 stock, Ace versus Ace.
God, I'm so corny.
Fun matchup.
No,
Dropbox is.
Yeah, it's really easy to just get real down on yourself super quick because but you temper it a little bit and try and think about what you want to do for next time. A little bit more natural would have been nice, but I really did want to see this match, but I think I could have explained that in more of a human sense. Not like crazy robot person.
I just want to hear you joke about his West Balls outfit, Jake.
Oh yeah. So that was actually something that came from talking to Sammy himself.
Yeah.
And if you have a good relation with the players, you talk to people.
Yeah.
So I was like, Sammy, what's with the hood? What's going on? And he's like, the tank top is chic. The hoodie is Drug Falco. Which I think made it pretty fun.
Yeah, both of them so active there. Such theory crafters, such intense knowledge of the game. Yeah. Okay, they're testing.
I want to talk about the notion of being esports or professional. There's a bit of a backlash behind what's considered stale and mute commentary, characterized a lot by just play-by-play and very sedate, not energy. Low energy can be very good. I think there's a lot that could be done with that. I think as long as you're engaging with the event, getting appropriately exciting.
Like a natural, like you said.
Yeah. It's all about being someone that people naturally want to hear talk about the game. And that goes for every single game.
Could you give examples of when low energy commentary is pretty solid?
Low energy commentary,
I got a good one for that.
Fish sometimes, Webbs is typically low energy, but he's smooth.
Right.
That's true. Our low energy commentator would be, maybe besides me, King Milf Hunter.
Oh, right, yeah.
King Andrew.
A lot more analyzing.
Very smooth analyzing,
I was going to say Wobbles.
Wobbles.
Because, in relative terms, as a low energy commentator, that only does the energy, kind of when it needs to be. And in fact, actually...
Do you think... oh, sorry.
I was going to end with, if I was to actually change my earlier answer, Wobbles might be, kind of the best commentator.
I see. We're going to talk... we decided on that, yeah.
Do you think the low energy commentators are,
well, I think
usually only explain the mechanical aspects of it, or
I think that term to begin with is maybe problematic because it's
it's more
they're not
smooth.
low energy. They're low energy in relative terms to the examples Brandon and Phil that are in contrast high energy.
I think more smooth, maybe a little bit more analytical. They get excited for sure, but it's it's more of this constant kind of.
It's totally
measured, yeah. Whereas Crimson's talking to you, he's like, I'm physically incapable of low energy commentating. Crimson gets jutted, high energy, oh my god, this is the thing! And Crimson,
I think I'm
He's
that
the
kind of
American
person
Fauci.
too. It's there is a little bit of you gotta be
Joey, are you kidding me?
Yeah, just like in
I love
Melee, you have to be true to yourself. Like if you are a hype person, don't try to be super technical. I mean, like try to work on your tech side.
Stay in your lane.
I think
Stay in your lane, dude. Okay.
Like when you asked us like who our favorite commentator was, like I had trouble actually thinking of one because like there's so many genres of commentators that I have like a specific favorite like low energy commentator would be like PPMD. I watched his video. Like he commentated a Puff video. I learned like so much.
It's funny because he's low energy in real life.
Yeah. And then like if I wanted like a commentator to be like enhanced like Iffy Cat, then I'd ask like Scar to commentate it or like I don't know, Brandon or Phil.
Yeah, and there's something to be said for pairing low with high.
Right.
But I think too low I'm still trying to figure around. All the commentators that I commentated G3 with were not low energy, but I think what I would call smoother. You know, Sleepy's a little bit more smooth. Webb's definitely one of the big smooth guys. Taffakance. You know, Taffakance is actually hard to get to come out of the Thor-like shell sometimes. And
I think there's an example with you actually where it's like you guys are both trying, but it's a little bit difficult because I think you can tell that you guys don't commentate together often.
No.
I'm gonna break
J-Bar, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think you have to find things that you like exciting and are, you know, organic, genuine.
Which also, I'm gonna give the shout out. I think one of my top duos is definitely the Mango Crimson Blur. Because as a Mango fanboy, you get to see Crimson
Mango's
Blur
the low
fanboying.
energy one.
Yeah, you get Mango's the low energy one.
Yeah.
Getting to kind of be a baseball player who's has his fan right next to him, stroking his ego. But that's what I would do if I was ever commentating.
And that's actually you said baseball. Baseball is the king of low energy sort of.
Oh, true.
Because they have to. I mean, the baseball is
9 hours.
exciting and it's really long. But if you watch them, they're very good at kind of talking about stories, talking about what the matchup is.
I loved watching baseball commentary. John Sterling is not one of my favorites, if anyone knows Yankees radio, but you know, watching players
they have
talk
a radio station. Like you could listen to the baseball radio, but can you listen to some G3 commentary on the radio or without actually looking at the match?
Radio commentary is a little bit different than
because
video.
they
Because you have to explain everything that's happening because they can't see what's happening. It's a different beast.
Right.
Yeah. I think one of the better established things is high energy, more excited play-by-play, and then, you know, closer to top player, lower energy kind of analysis going behind. Going for the more standard kind of play-by-play in color, which you don't have to stick by, but it's established. And in other sports, you know, they really say, I'm a color commentator, or I'm a play-by-play, or I'm a blank.
Right now, George Fox testing some stuff. Set up the show about pinball.
Okay, talking about interfacing with your streamer. So people would be doing warm-ups for a lot of reasons. It could be because they're doing warm-ups or the stream needs to get solid. So try not to draw too much attention to it. Just keep it bouncing, keep it going. It's hard. It's really hard to react to the first couple times. And even at G3 I struggled, you know. The nature of how things kind of get broken up. And you kind of have to just have stories, have things to fill with. Don't focus too much on what's going on the screen in front of you during that. And that's something that I had trouble with during these crews. Or during these crews in general.
You should talk about time sync set sometime later.
Yeah.
So we talked.
We're gonna focus on that.
About his wardrobe. He said
here it
the
is.
turtleneck is sheep. Yeah. Cold weather. Right. The hoodie is Falco. It's West Balls. It's West Balls. He is ready.
Yeah, and even that I could have made that a lot better of a story.
Nah,
It was pretty boring.
Out.
So the point where I wanted to point out in the match.
Oh, we caught him. He knew Chrommentary was going for the wall jump back in there. He knew it. He caught him right before it happened because as the wall jump starts, he has invincibility, so you can't do that if you just call the idea. You have to call the timing.
I didn't think that was too bad.
From he just shined the needles. Yeah, he just shined the needles, jump out of them, cleaned it up, 3 stocks to 3. All right, steady.
I think me and Sleepy had a good rhythm going on here, in terms of when we talk around each other.
Yeah, George Fox putting on his best Falco face. Hey, having a good time. Oh wow.
It's tough.
Yeah.
How are they looking as far as neutral goes?
So
I
I'm
like
trying
the question, yeah.
I'm trying to set up Sleepy, and that I'm letting Sleepy carry me through it.
Did you notice the dead air?
Yeah.
Like you just wanted to give something to the crowd.
Really, it was what I said. Oh wow.
Right.
You know, and I wanted him to kind of poke at that oh wow a little bit. I didn't want to make him commit to it. I wanted to see if I can draw something there.
I feel like Kirby Kaze is going for a lot of like weird drift spacing setup, which is tough for him to deal with. But as soon as that stops, double. He gets the F tilt. He's gonna have to up B on stage. Oh wow! The tech at the clutchest moment possible. He needs that. Dortmund's definitely went for the reverse hit F smash, but he didn't quite get the spacing for it because that would have killed Sheik at that percent.
Also, right here, I'm just noticing just the juxtaposition of your voice to his. Like, I feel like this is almost an example of someone who's spent time practicing public speaking versus someone who obviously
just chilling on the stream.
Yeah, his technical knowledge and the amount of things he's commenting on is like really, really like beyond what I could do. But just how quickly he's enunciating it and things like that aren't really kind of at your level for this.
He's developing, but his game knowledge, his ability to analyze is so high.
Well, and that's exactly it. It's that isn't at the same level of his just quick commentary abilities.
And Sleepy's been developing lately, and it's really interesting to see what he's going to come up with.
And now KK is totally back in the stock. He covers every option area.
See, I could have backed off there.
Oh! K goes for the reverse fair for no reason. Slightest flux, such a big deal in Curious. Both of them are pretty excited to have this happening. Yeah. It's good to see. We can see as soon as Kirby Kaze is like forced to stay on the ground. Oh, nice, he caught the jump. Versus Drugfox. Drugfox kind of opens him up, but dead even the entire venue watching this.
So I don't need to say that. I said that a long time.
No, but I mean, but I think as the you already has shown that you noticed the dead air, so it's good to have like.
It's not something that you repeated a lot.
Yeah,
like,
it wasn't corny.
It's a story center, though. Yeah,
right.
something that emphasizes how big and important this is.
It immersifies you, and that's true.
It was also kind of like a bait for him that he had to like bite on. I think.
Bring it in.
Couple. Well,
I mean, I do agree it's not perfect, but I feel like it's one of those could be better, could be worse moments. You know, like you can improve, but.
So I want to answer some questions in the chat. How often do you think dead air is necessary? When do you think the game should speak for itself? Sometimes I'm really still trying to find the balance for that, and I don't have a great answer. But you should feel free to let it happen. Just try not to, it's okay to let it stop. You don't have to force bad things.
I think that's like one of the worst things.
Yeah.
It's just
like with Melee, dude.
D1 is
exactly You can't force it.
D1 is one of the best, TCP. Like one of the most professional commentators we have. Never shakeable, never flappable, always ready for everything. And the professional sense of like his mechanics of commentating, or no matter what shape or energy he's in, are always going to be off the charts. Let's see here. Crimson explained that a little bit. How big is this match? Loven, he's watching. He's setting the screen. Yeah, I wanted to talk about YT. Like I love TMG. I have a lot of passion for it, and I kept track of the scenes a lot. So I was really happy to commentate this kind of thing.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So here's where there's something really crazy that happens here.
Yeah, on what stage? Yeah. What is? Okay, there we go. Oh, jump. This. Yeah, on what
right
stage?
Here.
Yeah. We just didn't know when it was going to come down to this. Yeah, on what stage?
So he fell down. Doesn't hit the ground.
Yeah. What is? Okay, there we go. Oh, jump.
There's no jump at any point through the whole time. And what I thought happened was that he stalled right here.
He really did. I think both teams did. We just didn't know when it was going to come down to this. Yeah, on what stage?
So I think he...
Yeah.
Right here is where I thought the jump got stolen.
Yeah.
After the dare, I thought the dare had got stolen. Right here. Sorry. I thought the dare was stolen. Later. See you guys. I thought that dare timing and this shine had stolen it. And you know what?
Bye, Yoshi.
Bye, Yoshi. Alright, Yoshi alive.
You made it.
Oh, yeah.
Those are right there?
More couch space.
Okay? Alright. So we're gonna
get out of here.
Peace, guys. Alright. Yeah, I will, for sure. Thank you for joining us. Alright, so I thought the jump died there.
Oh, he did call the jump. He called the jump. Oh, wow, it's crazy. It was right before the shine happened, so KK didn't even notice. Yeah.
You see, I'm not... Watching that again, it's still not clear to me, and I maybe could have just backed off that.
Yeah. But at the same time, I think, the reason you were so adamant about that was because, a player of Kirby Kaze's caliber doesn't just SD there.
Yeah.
So
that's why I wanted to clarify.
So, this is probably what happened. Blah,
yeah.
Blah, blah, blah,
it was a super, super tight steal.
But I know what you're saying. It's like you made a hard call.
Yeah.
You were super strong.
Like, I really trusted at that point.
And then,
if I'm wrong, then I'm super wrong.
So, you might as well just, do it more in what, Scar and Tuff are doing. I think he lost his jump or something like that.
Yeah, I think he lost his jump would have been better.
At point XYZ.
My brain had been conditioned to make a hard call there, but that's not how...
And also,
that could decide the whole group battle. that slight timing.
I could have been louder there, or I could have changed the tonality.
By Drug Fox.
I get stuck in the same tonalities when I commentate a lot.
These reads on the tech chases, not like Drug Fox's reaction game, but oh jeez, nice maneuver by KK.
So Sleepy there actually was, he's very much pulling for Georgia, and I think it's okay to embrace your bias because it's gonna come through. Just like when you don't like the sets, it's gonna come through in your commentary.
Did you get it? He has another option here. Randall's gonna mess up something. Can he get back? No. Last.
I didn't have to talk through that whole thing. I could have let that speak for itself. I think that was a little too play-by-play.
Stock the last stock. Oh man, this is just one hit away from the nerves, the tensions, the travel.
Sleepy actually just lost his shit right here. Because, these are his boys, and this was the whole thing.
Hard to play this. Most of these teams have been through heartbreakers, upsets, tight matches, and it's going to come right down to this. Edge guard opportunity. Oh, perfect!
It was the perfect
air dodge. He's actionable enough that he's not getting punished. KK's on the ropes right now. Oh, that's it. And that's it! That's it. Drug Fox beats Chromikaze, takes it home. What a match. That was crazy. Yeah. They talk about it with each other just like it was any other friendly.
That was a perfect cut on the video, by the way. Kudos to...
Yeah, Blair's got a good point. I should just let the last spot speak for itself. There's no point to storyline at the... Wait, really? I guess you can trust them to know what's happening at that point, right?
It's all situational. Like, if there's something that's, like, highly technical, like, something that Scar and Toph would probably pop off at, then, then that's something you need to revert back.
Can you pull up the time sync match?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so we're going to take a look at some requests for some things, and then we're probably just going to watch some fun stuff together, and then maybe call it a night. This is, the first attempt at how this kind of works.
Right.
We're going to analyze Lovage here, some things that we really like about Lovage, some things that we can take away. So Lovage does not really like the spotlight, because that's not who he is. He knows the negative sides of it. He just wants to play some cool melee every so often with the 805 guys and call it a day. But when you can get him to show up, and you can get him to show up with the Kings of Cali's, he's a gem.
All right, ready?
Yeah. So let's do it. Let's watch some Lovage. And the video's muted.
Tough matchup, but
it's red
here we.
So just to set the stage, this is MTK versus AMSA. First time they played. No, that's not true. They played at Evo 2013.
Giant upset.
Yeah, AMSA took a game, which was crazy.
This is the crazier one.
Yeah, this is the crazier one. No one had any chance. Just some fun background here. There's Oates in the Mewtwo King thing. You're going to see Raffle at some points. You're also going to see the very belligerently drunk Twitch staff yelling 9th place at MTK at various points in this match.
Excellent.
I think Oates loses this shit too.
Yeah. KSC 5, Craigasm.
Go.
That's how you know it's a good tournament with amazing
half on his phone, half
all streams.
Yeah. We are.
Check.
Gimmer's doing his magic. Can you even see?
See a little bit of a production flip there.
Yeah. Scar loves playing them out too.
Scar loves playing out the production flips. He's a fun guy about that.
Man, I love AMSA, but can you see him taking a match?
I want to talk about that right there. It can be really sobering when someone points out, the upset or that kind of thing. Or, that it just can't happen. When I commentated when I commentated with Tafo, S2J versus Armada, I was like, do you think Johnny could do it? And Tafo was like, no. And, Tafo was right. But you do have to temper that idea as the match goes. And it's hard being an analyst and, really thinking, okay, Johnny's not going to win this. Which wasn't true. He made it very close. Surprised us all a little bit. But that's not what the crowd wants to see, especially when they love the underdog. So a natural way to temper that is to prop up the underdog, which is another thing that people maybe don't like. So it's,
Mewtwo King is so good. Let me set up the match real quick. So we are at Kings of Cali 4. We were playing Super Smash Bros. Melee in a huge tournament in the summer of Smash. We've had so many big Melee tournaments. Yeah.
What's going on with the...
And this is one of the best players to ever play the game, Mewtwo King, versus a new Japanese
Rising Star,
AMSA. Who's playing...
What's going on here?
It's like something.
We change the audio, or change the quality a little bit down. So there, regardless of who's watching, I really think this was a great summary for Scar of what had happened and what's about to happen.
Character. He's managed to make it look really good. There's the first stop.
Okay. All right. Let's go, AMSA. AMSA has such good tech. I've never seen him miss a shield drop before.
Yeah.
High level.
Shield drops. It's like kind of new, right?
Yeah.
Yoshi doesn't.
So now he's actually goading Lovich to talk a little bit more about it, and Lovich is comfortable with it.
The sidestep, does he?
Yeah, he does. His sidestep, I think, is actually pretty good.
He does?
It's one of the only ways to get out of
Okay, now they're gonna talk weird stuff about Yoshi that they don't know. It's honestly.
Well, even that. How would Yoshi ever miss a shield drop? Think about Yoshi as a character.
Like, what would it-
yeah.
Yoshi
Yoshi
can't.
can't.
You spot dodge.
Well,
You spot dodge.
Oh, you can spot dodge.
You spot dodge.
I guess.
Dang. Man, does he not have sidestep?
Does he have
He has a
sidestep?
sidestep,
I feel
right?
really
He
bad
goes
for
like
not
this,
for not
he
knowing
goes-
this.
And Lovich instantly admits that. He knows he doesn't know, and he's not gonna lie to some viewers.
Yeah, like you're right.
I
He
just-
does, right, Gamer? Just okay, because it's bad.
Is it bad?
Most
When
sides.
I
Most sides.
play, I block something, sidestep, and down smash. That's all I do.
Nice. That's it.
Yoshi has a double jump, and that's it. His
Yeah.
uppy is an egg.
His only other option is air dodging or using the egg. Beside the egg.
Ooh.
Oh, nice trade.
Yeah. Put on tons of damage. He just lets me see
See, Lovich will honestly get super hype about things that should be hyped. Explain things quickly. You know.
See, Yoshi's forward smash is so deceptive in how long it actually reaches.
Yeah.
Wow.
What a great
Even Mewtwo King of God wasn't ready for that one.
No, he really.
Perfect description of what happened.
Amazing.
Oh.
Wow. Two hits.
Oh, okay. That's like super armor in like Street Fighter, right? Like you have to hit him twice for it to break.
No, it's
Yeah.
A question that a bunch of other people are gonna have. And
Yeah.
I'm like, no,
I
not
think
quite.
it's a certain amount of percent. Because I bet if Fox just down airs him, he's just gonna eat them all.
You're right, I think. So it's percent. You know, we really need to know more about
It's like
the game.
knockback based. Because Falco Shine instantly.
Not exactly.
But that's not
At any percent will knock him out
Maybe
of
it's
armor.
But I think they have good instincts to back off of this.
Yeah.
true based.
Which again was Oscar.
Yeah.
Oscar's instincts immediately.
Yeah. And time to not say some wrong things about Yoshi. Let's go away.
That's knockback, right? Yeah, I think it might be knockback.
We do not know enough about this topic. There you go again.
Perfect.
Yeah.
$5.
Summary.
No, I don't want to bet.
We have too many bets going on already.
Way too many
We gotta
bets.
find fiction. Find the end of the story.
Mewtwo King has a commanding lead right now. Yeah, opposite to the first stock. He's been putting up a really good fight, but Mewtwo King's been able to edge guard him so well.
Yeah. Mewtwo King's just Mewtwo King, man.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do? Is this guy?
Yeah.
He plays Red Sheik now too. Didn't he used to play Black?
Yeah. Mewtwo King really well known for absurd punishes, like really crazy punishes, and getting people into micro situations.
He's a robot.
Narrowing down your options and running.
The narrative setting in this is really good. Lovich is covering a lot of options. If MTK continues to play this well, it's because of the things that he's talking about. If Amsa can break through these, it's amazing.
Maximization out.
Yeah. He baits.
He does.
Every good player does that too.
Yeah.
But to some extent.
So Mewtwo King, the guy on the left, just took game one.
There's Zero in the background.
On the right.
He and Zero.
Best of 5 set.
Doing stuff.
Like I said, I'm
All
not trying to hate, but I can't see.
I gotta head home, guys.
Take it easy.
See ya. Thanks for joining us.
He made it to winner's corners.
See ya. Thanks for
That's awesome.
You know, the way Melee works is if someone's better than you, like,
It is
it's gonna be bad.
I think the number of stocks that you have to take to actually take a game is really high.
Yeah. I think I know.
I think they're giving an adequate explanation of what's going on, as far as what you expect to see. Why, even though Yoshi's, Amsa's an incredible player, that MTK could just triple 2 stock him, and we wouldn't be that surprised.
Like in Street Fighter's 2 rounds, and it feels like a stock is almost equivalent to a round. But 4 stocks, you have to make a lot of mistakes or make a lot of good guesses to take a game.
It's tough.
I mean, it's better than you.
We're learning how good Yoshi actually is, but he's still not top tier. He's
No.
still a Yoshi, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Sheik is obviously a top tier character.
And I mean,
Wow.
Sheik versus Falcon, sometimes, I mean, Falcon's a high tier character. Sometimes this matchup looks way worse than,
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
nice reverse nair.
Wow, that's the best possible edge guard he could have gotten there. Okay.
Yoshi's roll from the ledge is so funny.
Yeah, you got like
Dude, he's eating MTK's jumps.
This is
rattles on. He uses space to climb. Oh, what the? 20x eggs?
Oh.
Look how slow that is over 100.
It is so slow.
That's like the slowest one.
You know, I've been hoping that he used the regular.
Oh, that's
Nice.
kills. That's strong. That's stronger than you think.
Yeah.
The up air.
Up air is very strong. I've been
The attention drawing O again. I wouldn't say it's something that you should universally do at all, but I like the usage.
hoping that from the ledge, Amsa uses regular getup instead of roll a number of times because, maybe he can cover the ledge option and then punish when they're on stage, but
Ooh,
he is definitely the Yoshi master and I am not.
by far. There's no one even close to left. I mean,
So there, Levitch, he timed exactly when he was going to come in well. He was getting a little bit antsy with some yeses and oohs, but... So go back a little bit.
Ooh. He is definitely the Yoshi master, and I am not.
By far. There's no one even close to Levitch.
Typesing wanted to see was the commentary progression as Amsa started winning.
Second, you know?
It's not like you're going to say the left master.
He's the, Turco, dude. Can't help it. It's Amsa, and then like 10 spaces, and then...
Apparently Fumi and
Left, I was going to say Fumi and Left, and Little Fumi too. No one knows about Little Fumi though.
Wait, Little Fumi plays.
Shout out! Well, Little Fumi, he plays Fox nowadays.
Does Little Fumi know regular Fumi?
No one knows regular Fumi. He's old school. And from Japan, so like, probably Amsa.
That chain grab ends there. 26.
Who's the guy who,
Eat it, whatever your face is on Norco.
You know Fumi.
What was Little Fumi like?
Oh, okay.
We'll take that.
Sorry, guys.
Ramen noodles.
Instant. Wow. Yoshi's double jump is actually ridiculous.
Yeah.
The fact that it blocks everything.
Yeah, it's really good. As far as double jump goes, it's very good. Plus, you can turn around. The turnaround double jumps. I would like that.
Santi's Ego Twitter is Santi's Ego.
He's got that platform movement.
Santi's Ego's Twitter is regular Santi Twitter. Yeah. His Twitter's ridiculous.
Unable to do
down so. I love down so. That's that set knockback. Whoa! I did not think that would connect. Oh,
nice.
What's up?
This is a crazy combo right now from Amsa.
I'm definitely not giving Amsa enough credit.
Ooh! Upward angle for. Oh!
That might be a kill. Oh, okay.
Just barely. That might be it.
Oh my god.
Amsa's up 2 stocks.
Amsa, let's go.
The crowd comes
And
alive.
there's a switch.
Like the videos.
We've mostly been watching in silence because Music King has been doing his.
frame draw?
Yeah, no one really cheers for Michigan, but everyone's gonna cheer for the Yoshi player.
It's funny because there's like an expectation of, top tier players just being top tier players. And
Are we
when
good?
you have somebody challenging them, it's just so exciting.
Yeah.
Because we see it so rarely.
Yeah.
Dude, camping!
He's camping.
I love this.
20
Pause the
eggs.
video
Show
for
Music
now.
King what. Wow.
He's playing Michi King's game though.
He's back, okay.
Show him what it feels like.
Okay, now Levin is...
Oh, the platform cancel.
Oh my god.
No way.
62%. And he's
Get him, Amsa.
You can hide the video.
There we go.
Wow. He tried that though.
Okay. Good.
Rolling around.
You can hear Twitch in the back.
Wow.
Big damage. Music King over 100. It's going to be hard for Music King at this point to come back.
Yeah. He has to get some kind of grab combo. Chain grab, whatever. Actually, I'm not sure if
stay away
chain
from
grab
the
issue, but...
Stay away from the leg.
Throw those eggs, baby. Throw them. Keep throwing them.
That egg is so...
Keep throwing them. Uh-oh.
No. You can see Goats in the background.
Exactly.
Look at how it's freaking out. Everyone's drunk as fuck at this
That
point.
didn't work that time. I'm so confused now.
It did work.
Oates was definitely the most entertaining part.
Yeah,
Oates popping off there in the corner there.
He knows he's not safe.
Yeah.
Sitting right next to music and popping off for Amsa.
Okay.
Raffle being weird over there in the corner. Vic Robin. Well, Vic Robin
knew
back.
this and fell and threw out an air.
This is what we realized we're going to have a set.
No!
FD.
FD, Music King's best stage. This might be a massacre.
Okay, so I guess... Wow.
Because Yoshi relies on the
It's
platform.
one of the more deeply confusing sets that has happened in the modern age.
And his combos,
Yoshi's
right?
back there is so cool. Very cool move. Ooh.
So even Love's just kind of reduces to, oh, what the, or no way, or that kind of thing, which...
Oh, the back air.
It's kind of letting the match carry for itself.
Yeah.
On Twitter said it because,
oh my... How do you get around the head? The big Yoshi head. What were you saying about the Buster?
it was a good joke.
Yeah, Love is really letting the match carry at this point. And he's not doing a lot active,
I
which
haven't
is...
seen Amsa get one of those today, but he often throws it out. The neutral beat.
It feels like it puts like this, it protects the front of him, you know?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa, what?
That move, dude. That move that pulls him all the way back and then...
Forward air, forward smash.
Yeah.
The sequence that took a stock.
Love understands why that happened.
It should be a kill, though.
Yeah, up air.
Boom.
Oates in the background kind of readjusts.
And everybody knows Yoshi, you know?
Of course.
That's one of the cool things. I actually think that Amsa is awesome because, like, watching Melee, like, sometimes you see Falcon versus Marth, and you see Sheik, and they're not, like,
characters you don't even know.
Yeah, they're not really Nintendo, kind of like...
Oh, there it is!
Whoa!
He found it!
And then forward.
See, Lovage had pointed that out earlier and set it up.
No way!
Yeah, that's the what the hell, no way. Lovage has been drinking a little bit.
Take the stock.
What's happening right now?
Umps is up a full stock.
Scar, can you explain what's happening?
No. Umps is just playing amazing.
See,
But
Lovage only speaks real. Like, Lovage just tells the truth about whatever is happening, what he thinks of
Umps
it.
is now in such a bad
And
spot.
as a top player and as an affable guy, it's just entertaining to listen to, and I really like that.
Eggs.
I think we all love watching Lovage play, and we just want to keep
Dude,
seeing
don't get
that.
back on the stage, just throw him.
I think it's just his intelligence as a player and his ability to communicate is pretty good, too.
Good air dodge. I'm so surprised to see Mitchell did not finish his move there.
The egg. Even Imogen gets hit by an egg.
The egg, but also like
the back air.
Wow.
I think that might be one of
The
good.
parry.
God.
Up smash.
What is happening? What? Okay.
Yo, Leland, what do you think of Lovage right now?
One of Yoshi's best approaches.
I think it's one of the best
Yeah.
home games.
And Umsa,
Yeah.
by the
I like
way,
his home
coming
game.
off of ooh, Yusuke was ready for that. Umsa coming off of like some rough losses in MLG. He also didn't make it out of pools at CEO. He's got a lot to prove right here. He's doing a lot of.
Marco right now.
I think something that really helped was the crowd audio on this one. And Lovage rocked with it, you know.
And the crowd cam.
Leland, can you talk about what you like about Lovage for a little bit or not?
Oh, I think it's like a good blend of like what's going on in the match, and he like something about his voice brings like hype to it. I'm not sure what it is. You can see some of his commentary in some of the most hyped sets, like Fly versus Silent Wolf.
Yeah, I remember that.
Just like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
no, like even he will go like, "What the hell is going on? Like, this is some crazy shit." And you just have to respect what's going on the screen.
Hey, just real quick. Hey, Leland, little throwback.
If the Italian flag does not already have a
What? I'm getting it. No, loaded Italian. Okay, this is just a fun thing. So, actually, TimeSync wants to hear you talk about Wobbles a little bit too.
About Wobbles?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite commentators.
Quiet person in real life, but he didn't.
All right,
create
let's
They're Rasta.
Hey, hey, Leland. What's happening in the background?
Rickety.
Rickety, Maple. Kira. No, that's not Kira.
Yeah, it is.
It's Kira. Oh my God, you already know.
There, dude.
You already know we got drunk and shit. Look at Stab, this fly. You know, there's Matt.
Dude, this was so insane right here.
You guys were fucked up.
Like, how do you?
Yeah, we were super fucked up.
Like, how do you even commentate that? You don't, dude.
Yeah, you don't. Just see, Lovage was for everything. San Diego losing Mike Hayes.
Dude, Mike Hayes like
Hayes.
Mike Hayes knocked Kira over.
Yeah, no, Mabel's down.
Oh, yeah, someone got hit.
Dude, there's
Mike
me over
Hayes
here.
literally hit Silent Wolf out of the
Yeah.
screen.
Look at Blur's already here.
Yeah.
It was Akira.
It's like, alright, I'm not gonna touch him.
This was my favorite tournament. We booed Mewtwo
That was
King.
so fun.
We got super drunk
I
and
left
booed
my
Mewtwo King.
wallet at that bar.
Yeah.
Sucked. Drive up.
They're Rasta.
That's me. Oh, there I am.
So I was like, can I shake your hand and get out of here?
It's not Rasta. Yeah, Silent Wolf is devastated.
What just happened? Yo, that was crazy. Man,
Dude, we were so inebriated here.
Yeah, we were the drunkest that it's probably been in a long time.
SoCal's going crazy. I can't. And just when I thought we had the hype
there's
with the white, I was easily.
And what Lovage is, you know, he just
Me and Nick.
Yeah, you're in Castro.
That was like your first tournaments, right?
That was one of my first big tournaments.
Damn.
Yeah.
That was so fun.
No, but that was where Russ and I took a game off.
Yeah, you're not taking a game off on
Yeah, we're watching on the
Game 1 of the tournament is us beating Ken and Hug.
Alright, guys, we're gonna watch.
No, let's not.
We're not watching that. We're not watching that.
Okay.
We're watching some substantial. This is some of the old school jokey SoCal commentary. Just a warning, you're gonna hear some bad words, stream. You're gonna hear some stuff that hasn't been said on for a while.
Oh. Jeez. Oh, wait.
Oh, I have to spell it out. And this is man.
Yeah. Did you mean?
Where?
It's right there.
Oh,
It's a Z.
Oh, it's a Z. That's right. Yeah, my bad. So this is some very old school. I found this very funny. Obviously, this was meant for very different commentary.
Yeah.
There are some things that you just cannot get away with off this again. But I had a good time. We're gonna watch some similar older stuff and talk about some pros and cons and that kind of thing. I want to take maybe a couple more suggestions. This is the first time. We're gonna have more in the future.
Is it 8 minutes?
This is an 8-minute match.
Game 3?
Game 3. This is Plan 9 and the Great Leon, Legends of SoCal Shenaniganry.
Oh my god.
Fight some, dude. Fight? Good play, yeah. Fight, win.
Here's the match getting called in the background.
Alex, can you play Manga?
Oh wait, they introduced the match well.
And maybe we're gonna see lots of kicks.
This is where the magic
A couple of punches.
Lots of kicks, a couple of punches.
And by the end of the night, Hugo might actually hit someone with the charge. Alex.
Probably not though.
Some kicks, some grabs. And we're gonna see grabs and fire. Lots
We're gonna see grabs and fire.
Is the Johnny Bliss?
Oh, he's crying on the ground.
He's trying to the man burning up.
Yeah, dude.
From downtown.
So you can't say that.
Kick that missile, kick that bitch.
You can't say that at all.
You get caught on fire, then you're dead.
Talk about the nature of being caught on fire.
The thing with being set on fire is setting sick fires, bro.
Almost sick as 15.
See, I almost think
Not that sick.
maybe more like
Right before Hugo's Gannon.
there's a lot of stuff that make a reference to Hugo's Gannon. You know, this was commentary for the people.
That's not fair.
Hugo had a Gannon?
Hugo, it was so disgusting that people would have Hugo's Gannon.
Why does every Sandwich player also have a Gannon?
Because they're degenerates, is why.
What can I say?
Yeah.
He ain't wrong.
Notice that the timer is not on.
Why? I can't wait for this.
Alright, now that that guy's gone.
I can't, man. I'm so excited to have Stab by a
You guys
Nickel
can't
on
get
here.
away so much.
So, just a little side thing. It's always important to stay professional on higher streams, like, even when you think that people can't hear you. Like, when Nobes accidentally said fucking Ashcon. That was hilarious, but you do have to remember. So, one of the great disregards of this is coming up. So, Matt announced the matches and then leaves.
I can't, man. I'm so excited to have Stab by a Nickel on here.
Calling matches and stuff, this is commentary time, dude.
Hey, can I look at the bracket? No, bitch.
This is 805.
Should have memorized that shit.
We're gonna download some porn, watch some matches.
We're gonna get on that TV.
Spank that booty nut. It's Jimmy's favorite video. Bare, sexy legs.
Unbelievable coordination.
Yeah. I guess it's something they've done before.
Yeah.
Bare, sexy legs.
Bare, sexy legs. Oh, yeah. Careful. Sorry I'm hitting this super hard. So, amazingly, of course, this is, in some respects, very terrible commentary, but in some respects, pretty good.
I'm enjoying it.
You can use the mouse.
We're having a nice time.
Instead of...
I can't wait, dude. It's gonna be a party.
Who do you think's gonna get hit next?
No one.
Oh.
For like,
No one. Oh.
Oh, what's sorry, I cut that off too
dude, it's
early.
gonna be a party.
Who do you think's gonna get hit next?
No one.
Oh.
For like 30 minutes.
Fuck, you're wrong.
I like that. That was a good little it was a back and forth. Who's gonna get hit next? No one. You're wrong. Almost a mockery of how commentary maybe should be. I liked it a lot. I thought it
A
was very
deconstruction, if you will.
It really is.
I've been wrong before.
An admission of
uppy. Sorry, dude, that's not how that works. People are getting kicked and also punched.
Going back to the common theme of kicking and punching.
Amazing, Jake.
Yeah, that is yeah. I really like that. I had a lot of insight into becoming a commentator and some of the things you have to consider. I like that a lot.
Uh-oh.
You all watch this? Patrick, this is legendary.
Red Eye is the shit.
Oh shit.
He just came back to interview IEM.
Oh shit.
He was interviewing IEM today.
Oh, he's back in Katowice.
Yeah, roasted the whole
Hey, Captain Falcon, go on.
He's going on, dude.
Get hella far out of here. Now kiss this shit with your face.
When was the set?
This is like 2012.
Gee, can we do a workshop where I just learn to commentate like these guys?
This is actually all I wanted to do for a long time, was just to commentate like this.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get away with it.
This is pretty much how, local commentary, you can still do this. I recently tuned into a pretty semi-large New England local stream where most of the commentary was just like, Mafia, the player, Irish Mafia, is fucking those kids right now.
Oh, jeez.
He's fucking those kids.
Yeah,
it's like, there's still a place for everything.
Yeah, but Larry is.
What are you doing?
Where's the mouse?
What the fuck is that?
Just stomp him in the nuts.
This is the boring part of the match.
Yeah, when everybody's 10%, I'm playing like douchebags.
Oh, they didn't have
Uh-oh! And Johnny lives.
Licks ass.
What do you mean?
Take an inventory of that ass and later check if it's been licked.
And they move off each other.
You'll find that most of it has been licked by Samus. That's a mean throw, dude. She slams your ass on the ground and then punches you.
This is a great part coming up.
You fourth.
You go wins.
Whenever you're ready.
What are you talking about, dude? You're not a part of this match.
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, no, let's focus on this because honestly, I thought this was a cute little moment.
What are you talking about, dude? You're not a part of this match.
I know, I just wish I was.
You don't want to play these assholes.
He's like, no, you don't. You don't want to play these assholes. Being supportive.
Oh, you're back, bro. You're back.
I have no idea what they're doing.
Johnny used that pause break to get his composition back.
See what we're all thinking though, a little bit.
And then you go, man, I suck, I should rap, by the way.
That's
God, play back then was so bad.
John,
And it still would be most of us. Like, sadly. It's so sad.
You already ate like 12 hot dogs.
They find him like face up in his own dick in an alleyway somewhere.
Face up in his own dick. This is what we used to listen to.
This is some great stuff. I feel like 30% of the people hated this commentary very much, and then 55 liked it a lot, and 15 were like, I'm never watching this match.
Most pros can't even
Here comes some pro analysis of things that Johnny's good at.
get short hops 100% of the time.
I watched this
Nope. Johnny's the only player.
Get shot.
Johnny's the only player in the game that can short hop.
Whoa, super lag.
Wow.
This is slow motion.
Wait, how old is this?
This is not that old.
Oh, but Hugo!
I still say that.
Johnny getting shot.
No.
It's like 2011, 2012ish.
He was like,
It's a pretty long time ago.
not the second shit.
Yeah, can you imagine? Like,
I'm gonna block this shit, but not this second shit. Amazing.
That's how strong she is.
Gonna load up that right series account.
Load up that load.
We made this joke this week about Samus loading up the load and loading up the charge shot.
There's no time limit. You can't win like this.
Yeah, obviously we're not hearing this at a big tournament, but
Samus has the advantage because she has a move she can charge.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Nope, that, you can't
this is what the Foundry Country's
Yeah, this is It really is a deconstruction. I mean, I'm kidding.
Crazy
but
fucking funny.
Big
It is.
charge and the left hand club.
I know what the word metagame is.
Really a deconstruction of it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I know what the word metagame means.
Mad money with the gray layout. Baby punches.
Here comes the part that we can't say now,
Bull market, dude.
for good reason.
Buy baby punches. Don't buy missed grabs by faggots.
Wait, Jake, is this where you got baby punches?
Yes, this is where I got
Wow,
baby punches.
That's amazing.
This is where baby punches. So, look, man, if you can choose different words that don't fuck with people in big, horrible ways, I think that's good. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Uh-oh!
Definitely get rid of all your missed grabs by faggots.
So just racist.
That stock is going hella
That's
down.
it.
Only racist.
Hey, guys, how do you think this game ends?
Johnny wins.
Sam Belair's right here, and then
Johnny kills himself.
Johnny kills himself,
himself.
Johnny wins.
Yeah.
But how does Johnny kill himself?
Edge guarding.
Yes.
One of those sets.
That's my ad.
By the way, Johnny would have won by timeout, or lost by timeout at this
No,
point.
I don't think anyone will ever like that. Or you.
You know, one big
It gets better.
Because no matter how much Hugo tries to stretch that asshole, it's already at its max.
No matter how much you try, it's already at its max.
This is anything that
Make a wish is probably the best thing that guy could have said.
Yeah! No! Johnny, no! Alright.
So this has been a thing since.
Yeah.
Johnny's showing his determination to get hit by every grab this Johnny sucks!
Oh, you know what's great is like how many years has that been? But that was this weekend.
And I love that that's the last thing in the audio.
2010.
It's the last thing they say.
6 years, and Johnny's still. I was there. I hated it.
Okay,
Our
now
tournament.
Now we're gonna end
Twice
this
in a row the same year.
We're gonna end this with a less fun note. And it has to do with probably
Wait, who were those commentators?
Plan 9 and the Great Leon.
That was amazing.
I'm gonna end this with a not as fun thing, and I don't like to watch this set.
Oh.
And
this.
So I want to explain what happened here. So HBox Armada, out of his hatred of Jigglypuff, went Young Link, which was widely considered a gimmick but clever, and it worked once. HBox then did not learn the matchup and tried to camp even harder the projectile character, and by game 2, by the timeouts, this started to fray Homemade Waffles and Phil's ability to commentate this, and it got extremely noticeable, and I want to just...
This is getting lamer by the second. The fact that niggas is top players in the world and don't know how to approach is fucking embarrassing, man.
They spoke from the heart.
It really is, man.
And
like,
you have to
kudos to
believe
them.
in
Like,
that.
I can't beat these motherfuckers, I know that. But like we know how to approach. We might
What they
lose
thought they were
going.
watching was the death of Melee.
I don't know.
And in that sense, it's understandable.
Like, you need to time him out. He's Young Link. He's not. Yo, me too, man. I feel like this is better for Young Link, right? Wouldn't it be better? Oh shit, dude, who's taking pictures?
This is probably the least fun thing to watch
The depth of Melee?
in some sense.
This stage.
It is, right?
I can't believe this is fucking.
The speed's too low right now.
Because people didn't like consider playing
Yeah.
this way for a long time.
Yeah. This is like kind of why this got banned. And you can just hear boos in the background.
Yeah.
At least the song is good.
Yeah, the song's banger.
The song's amazing, top tier.
So far, 10% has been done.
Yeah, over a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, 19 if you look at it.
I play floaty.
This is getting stupid.
How do you commentate this match?
Yeah.
You have to stay excited. You have to understand the stake of what's happening as far as, you know, the players. You have to look for something that they're doing. But Brandon and Phil looked at this and said, you know what, this is just degenerate. And you can't really blame them for that, but... And they weren't professional commentators. That's not what they were doing. And so they had no obligation to really pretend that this was going to be like anything that's remotely exciting to watch. These days, commentators are a lot more affable about it. They talk more. They explain more. A little bit about certain stuff. But, I mean, this was players talking to players, and Brandon and Phil didn't feel like lying about it.
I'm not saying what Armada's doing is cool, but Hunter's character can get around it differently than he's doing it. Right. It's just
Like, playing it out. Okay, first of all, Young Link counters her. He's not
no,
gonna win.
Young Link doesn't counter Puff. Puff beats Young Link. This nigga's just not playing it right. I'm telling you, man.
And why is Ben Teasy getting on the mic and fighting them right now?
You put Mango, you even put King in there. Put Mango in there.
It's kind of hard to watch.
Yeah, see, I told you. What?
So now they're talking Puff Young Link. But it's in this context that they're frustrated at HBox that, like, why did he decide to camp the character with projectiles? Why did he not learn this matchup? And they brought a lot of emotion to the commentary, which is a strong point normally, but sometimes you gotta lie. Sometimes you do have to lie. Sometimes you gotta watch MTK and HBox play weird in doubles and they win.
Right now, what's
Yeah.
kind of... So, okay, Phil, I know you said that Hungry Box needs to approach, but with what and how?
Okay, this is good. That was a good
He's
thing.
trying, yeah. He's like, okay, Phil, well.
Yeah.
Fucking grab him up till...
Even Phil's just lost at this point.
Wow, making it rain. Oh! Nice, that was nice.
And part of this is, honestly, this is a style counter of HBox. HBox is so intuitive about the game, he doesn't analyze. It's really hard for him to figure out a matchup he's never played before just by theory crafting.
How do you feel about this right now, Kevin?
Stupid.
That's pew-pew.
2 words.
Oh, that Kevin.
It didn't help that HBox is not popular on the West Coast.
I thought you were gonna ramble. I was like, fuck,
It didn't help that HBox wasn't popular on the West Coast.
Oh yeah.
Right now.
This is Genesis 2.
This is easy. I think Hungry Box needs a small stage, dude, like Battlefield or some shit.
Wait,
Good.
Is Hungry Box's counterpick?
If he picks
Yes.
like, every time, even at Power 4, he went FG. I know.
Hungry Box should pick a small stage if he was planning on fighting. But he doesn't know how to fight if he's trying to camp.
Right.
I think you should go FOG just for platforms.
Right. I think he just...
This is when it's okay to speculate about stages, about their... And even now they're making it work.
Like, Armada can't camp. He can still camp Armada, though.
Maybe it was something definitely more like cohesive that opponents can see. I mean, the audience can see something more cohesive for the audience to comprehend.
Yeah.
Very simple.
Yeah.
It's not something like too intricate, like frame data or something.
Yeah.
That's not tangible.
Later you see HBox usually up here is a lot better when they play, for example, at Evo 20K14.
So yeah, he's finally up and he's finally finding moves to approach with.
See, but he picked the exact wrong stage to do it.
Yeah.
He wanted to die less early or something, I'm not really sure.
So what
Or he just straight up tried to camp him.
Like back airing and then going back away from him. You gotta keep forcing him.
Yeah, he has to
make him come to the ground and then grab him or something.
Armada is camping it up too.
So your frustration at how a player plays or how something's happening,
There we go. Force the issue. Yeah, that's true.
it kind of has to not exist when you're at the very highest
You gotta
commentary,
handle
for
it.
sure.
You can't run away from
One of my first big
Yeah,
sets I
handle it.
commentated, and I'll pause for a sec, or lower the volume. One of the first big sets I commentated was Okami versus Fly, and Okami timed him out like 4 or 5 games or something like that. It was best of 5, and Okami took every single one of them down to time. And you just have to stay excited. You just gotta, find things that you like about what's happening and talk to them about, the way Fly does stuff. But the reality of it is that Okami was staying on the platforms and Fly refused to commit ever. It was really hard to watch, but very tight. A lot easier than this, honestly, because what happens when they get near each other? This matchup.
He's the creating a zone, not getting into yours.
The 2K.
It's a good roadblock for him because he finally has to learn how to approach.
And now they're talking about HBox's flaws as a player. And there's a way to positively phrase it, which is how I guess they would do it now for sure. But
He's like, he finally has to learn how to approach. Someone turned on the fucking lights. And I don't know who turned on the lights, but yeah, I know Kizzo would do good against.
Back when I played Mania, I was like, yes, he took a stop, he's gonna lead.
Right.
Now it's, yo, he got 1 more percent than him, we winning.
Yeah, I know, yeah. 15 to 16%, that's what's up, that's swag. Yeah.
I mean, it's concerned about what they felt was the future of
We're about to go through another timeout. I really hope this shit doesn't go through 5 games. So whoever wins this better win the next fucking match. God damn, dude.
I'm trying to find
This is probably the only time I watch this shit live. I probably would not watch this shit on YouTube. Dead ass. Sorry. But right now, I think Armada's got this game on lock too. Unless every time though, when Hungry Box gets a grab, he gets it going. But when he doesn't get the grab, when he just sits there and spams backhand like a fucking chode, he just gets whooped. Do another fucking move. Who keeps turning the lights off like that? That shit is so annoying.
And this was, I think, the first time that Brandon and Phil had taken any sort of L in any sort of like social media setting.
Oh, really?
If you read these comments, yeah.
Yeah, that ball whack as fuck.
And,
I know people like Armada, but this nigga's playing whack as shit too.
I'm playing hella whack.
Like,
Yeah,
no
but
one's the bigger man.
Don't
Don't put Armada on the pedestal because he's winning. This nigga's playing gay as shit.
hear that?
Oh man.
But like,
Oh, that was nice.
but these are all from like recent
Oh,
Yeah.
relative terms.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
After the
Just had
fact.
cheese for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Like,
Probably a
I
lot
feel
of
like-
these people too are not people who are familiar.
That's what I'm talking about. Like these are doc kids that
Yeah.
you can't say that. Probably commentating.
See, it's like ridiculous, terrible comments.
That's a
But,
nine.
but it's amazing how the context changes, you know?
Well, I almost wonder
Wackest
like
fucking set in the world.
I don't know. Maybe it's the narrative I like to perpetuate.
Yeah.
But it's just like I feel like this in a nutshell is why, as a community, like it never like we didn't want this, or we would have moved on to Brawl. Like is like what they're like trying to convey without like.
Yeah, it's deeply disturbing to think that this is the future of Final
Yes, yeah, they're literally like, oh, look, if the more people that watch this, the more kids are gonna think this is how it should be played.
Mm-hmm. And they caught the the vibe of what they were doing.
Yeah, and to their credit, they steered away a couple times. But it's so hard to fight that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, well, I think that, I mean, just like with playstyles, you've kind of highlighted a weakness to a someone who commentates by feel.
Yeah.
Like, when posed with a situation where
if
your feel is
they
negative.
If they don't like it, then
Yeah.
they're not going to be able to commentate it.
Yeah, versus someone with a more of a technical knowledge, a tech-sided player could probably find the best in a scenario like this more easily.
Yeah. That's the thing about, quote unquote the esports / professional commentators. You can give them the most dry, horrible stuff, and they will do it.
Which is that why D1 also is a Smash for commentating?
Oh, that's a different story, huh? So this is official. Let's go to the bad part. Let's hear what Scar and Toph are saying. You know what I'm talking about.
What Foxes used to do, and Fox is definitely getting the better end of this. You see that he's never flying above the ledge, because why should he, right? He's not being punished for going low.
That was okay.
Alright, that's
Mango finally with an answer. Is Interest going to go straight back to the ledge?
No, he's going to use his invincibility to try to get on some damage. Mango evading.
Ooh, nice. Nair,
Spot dodge.
actually, spot dodge because he realized Hungrybox crouch canceled the Nair.
Yeah.
Predicted a grab. Alright, Hungrybox went right back to the ledge.
See, they're finding things to analyze. They're breaking down the little minutia, which is a little bit easier with Fox Puff even like this than Young Link Puff, which was a ridiculous Campfest of nightmares. Yeah. And this is it's a bit of, it's a bit of stamina. It's a bit of willingness to, commentate things that aren't the funnest to watch. And these are things that you need to build, because the reality of for example, there are some regions where a lot of top 8 is Peach Puff Ices. And you get to commentate Peach Puff Icy Samus or something like that. And in our region we have Samus. We've had to commentate Samus, Peach, Luigi all playing each other a lot. And so we have to get used to that. We have to like that kind of melee. We have to get used to commentating it when they play. And that's the reality of the world. We don't always get to watch Fox Falco or the matchups that we like to commentate. And so when we identify that a matchup that we're not comfortable with or don't like coming up, we can switch out, we can pull someone else, or we can kind of sack up and get better at kind of handling that type of situation. And if you're on for a national, you don't have those choices. You don't have the other choices. But at locals, you can tag out. I always feel like you can tag out when you don't want to do something.
He's got almost 6 minutes to find some answer.
Plenty of time for sure.
Yeah, this is Yoshi's story.
Hungrybox showing no signs of slowing down. Alright, some laser damage. I don't know what Hungrybox is doing, but he's not on the ledge right now.
See, even this, Scar and Toph are frustrated.
Yeah, you can tell, but they're doing a good job of hiding it.
They are. And I think that is an important part of commentary. Sometimes you don't tell the truth.
Especially when you bear in mind they're friends with, they're
Friends with
more
Mango.
friends with Mango than they are with HBox, and they're not letting it get to him too much.
Mm-hmm.
right now.
Yeah.
This is
One more example. Promise I'll stop torturing you.
Oh God. The most frustrating part.
Hard. Oh, it's like hard parts.
Everyone was fine with the camping too.
Let me explain a little bit of the background of the day. This was about at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Wizrobe had wandered off for about an hour and made the tournament drag forever. This was the last one. This was the reason. Because everything was so late, Wizzy had to play M2K. M2K had to now play Nintendo. And M2K's struggles to play coherent Melee against the ICs are well known and documented. And at this point, we're already 22 minutes into the set. Brandon and Phil were going on their 4th hour and manyth hour of commentating for the day.
It's really hard for every one of these dogs.
Oh my God, all you hear is just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I don't know. They're gonna time, man. ET is not my time to you out.
Doesn't. Man, I hate you really good. There you go. You gotta stop. Leechkey don't mind. Leechkey knows if he throws a forward air off, that he'll be wobble. He's cut the time now, bro.
Yeah, he's cut the time out.
The crazy thing is, he still gotta win another game, so I don't even.
This is also for top 8, yeah.
I say.
If M2K weren't bad, you should have just won the game right there. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You literally float.
Why
Well,
you go
can't.
back?
You can't float because she can save. Throwing the fair at the ground there is actually not a bad idea. She's invincible until frame 50 of this ending, so that's actually not that bad. Catches him when he comes down, and he just fucks up the fair giantly.
Ooh! That's it. Okay, so yeah, I thought he was gonna take the stock. The question is the next.
Where's the game cap?
Anna's probably
It's 2-1 Nintendo. It's up
So
top.
she's gonna get.
It just makes more sense.
So
You can't play the
he has
entire
to
game until the
run.
last 2 minutes.
Run.
No?
M2K just broke down.
Now, why is he jumping
Yeah,
down?
That made no sense.
M2K is the one player that I can trust to actually camp a character.
He wants to end it so hard, and the crowd.
He just wants it to be over.
I think he can do it. I think he can do it.
King
King looks like, even though he's camming, he doesn't really know what to do.
See, I actually do like the commentary there. They peek up a little bit. They point out M2K looking a little lost.
I'm afraid of that.
I mean, he's got, good job. He's got to make something happen. He puts himself
Over. That fair was nowhere. What was he hitting?
Yeah, good job. He's got to make something happen.
Yeah, what the hell?
He messed that fair up.
3 in a row, just random fairs almost.
Yeah, that's just super bad.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
it's not even
U2 King doing that. That's
M2K is probably calling Nintendo trying to jump at him and hit him.
Okay.
And get the separation, but that was actually a really risky thing.
But I feel like he mentally, what you said earlier, just wants it to be over.
Yeah.
He wants an outcome right now.
He just gave up.
That's it!
Yeah.
And it's looking like he looks so focused on the wobble right now. And I think
A very difficult set to commentate, and I think eventually they perked up and,
And he jumps off stage, doesn't save the sand.
But yeah, so that's the reality of commentating is you're going to have some gross matches to watch. And dealing with that is a different one. Alright, let's watch something fun and then call it a day.
Yeah, sounds good.
What do you guys want to do? Fun
Mango
commentary.
Armada at MLG.
D1
Prague.
Okay,
It's
wait.
D1 Prague.
Oh, it's D1 Prague. Yeah, no. What commentary pair?
We can do D1 Prague.
No, we haven't done that.
Wait.
Just let's do something fun. Any fun match to watch some Melee.
Prague commentary.
No, but we haven't.
Tasteless and Artosis MVP.
I was there live.
I
I didn't know it was D1 Prague.
Yeah, well, we couldn't do the 5 gods. That's overdone. Or the 4 god couch. Right. That's overdone.
All right.
Oh, yeah, okay.
This boy's spazzing out. Damn, son.
Just put everything forward.
You hear him in the background?
I'd be like, yo, I wouldn't even be watching. I'd be like, yo, I need to go practice because I might get fucked up if I don't. But hey, we ain't gonna do my boy Taj like that. We're gonna he's
Respectful, still respectful. Even as you're watching Mango, your boy just swag out on him, destroy him.
Is it
Taj
tied?
is free as fuck, man.
Taj,
I'll
yeah.
lie, but I'm-
Taj may run this tournament.
Hey, Tuesday, Mango. Oh.
That joke's so old.
Yeah, it is.
It is?
Tuesday, Joey goes back to Genesis 1.
Tuesday
Further.
play.
Just listen to the crowd. Look to the other way to go.
Yeah.
These niggas so crazy. This is like him with Genesis.
Yeah.
It's like the same idea, just non-stop movement.
That was G2. This is why I play Fox.
This nigga's about to be a 3-0, man. It's over. I don't really see how he's gonna come back from it. I know. Swag, 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 swag.
Yeah, back and swag was more
Those
acceptable.
were the days, man. It's a cool word.
It was.
You just hear the noise. That's all you need.
Yeah, and then
Watch this.
yeah.
Laser.
I feel like Munchkin's chance.
Yeah, they just screech at us.
Mango's playing
Fucking, it's like the creator of Fangirls.
Oh my god.
I'm bucket controller, dog. I'm bucket controller. 4-bit, my nigga. He's 4-bits. He's 4-bits. He knows he got Mango.
Can't say that.
Mango gave this nigga the corporation.
Oh my god. No, that's what we. No, we can't do that.
You know, and they pick up for that. No! We're not watching Johnny Lou.
No!
Alright.
Which one? Johnny what?
S2J's.
So we talked about how Phil and Brandon capture the room. You know, they capture the energy of the room really well. Sometimes that works out really well, sometimes not so much when the room isn't so into it. They like to let the match talk for itself. They vibe really well off each other. They're hilarious. You know, good and bad. All right, this is a good place to stop. We've gone a long time. Thank you for joining us. You know, if we do this again next time, there'll be a, you know, maybe some more focus. We'll play around with some ideas. Thanks for having us. Let's go home. And, you know, remember to follow the stream and all that.
Yay, Chroma!
All right, let's go drink some more.